Hello everyone over you in chat. How are you all doing? Welcome to episode 1 of a very special mini-series event, Midsummer Mysteries, using Clockwork Dominion, a steampunk adventure in a world of gothic, Edwardian, Victorian horror, or discomfort. I mean, really, is there going to be any horror? I'm sure it'll be fine. If you saw the teaser, I'm sure there was nothing distressing in there at all. Or maybe there is. I don't know. We'll find out. I am so happy to have you all here for this event. I'm also very excited that this event will bring in some of our dear friends from A State of Affairs, if you saw that. A little bit later time period, but there will be something exciting for everyone. And I would like to set the scene for you. And I hope, oh, by the way, this is that moment where I think I was not given specific instructions, but I'm going to do it anyway. Hey everyone, thank you for being here. You being here is what makes this show happen. We are happy to have you. If you would like to follow or subscribe Table Story, please do. If we have a Discord you can join and hang out, there's also a channel, a little channel in the Discord for this show where I read what people have to say, and I can, if you say things, I will say things back for you. So this is a lovely community. I'm very happy to be here again, and thank you all, audience members, for being here with us. There's a tweet that went live, a live tweet. If you'd like to retweet it, that would be much appreciated. If you are watching on YouTube, thank you as well for watching on YouTube, and give us a like and all of that. So, no, I'm shouting out. I am shouting out because Table Story is full of some of the loveliest people, and it is an honor to be here, and I think everyone is excited to show you what we have to show you today. I will just give you the one little note. We'd had this amazing session 0 that was supposed to last 2 hours and lasted more than 2 hours, and it wasn't my fault this time. It was because the players are so amazing, and you're in for a treat. And so, let me set the scene for you. It is 1896, and we are in jolly old England, which is the seat of the British Empire, which spans across the globe. As they say, the sun never sets on the British Empire. Rule Britannia, she rules the waves and all of that. And this is a moment of technology and excitement where who knows what sort of technological marvels will make the world a better place, although the question might be for whom. In this world, though, I must say, there are some things that I don't know if you've been paying attention to the news of late, the London Times perhaps, but there are strange things that happen in the world, and sometimes a little bit increasingly so. It's a bit disconcerting for some, others perhaps ignore it, but things happen sometimes, like sometimes people go missing, or sometimes your family dog goes missing, and when it arrives back at your home, it has 3 heads and is corrupted, and, well, some people have been killed, actually, by these things. Sometimes it gets frogs rain down from the sky. No one knows why this happens, but in places of corruption or who knows why, but sometimes terrible things happen in this world. People say, well, I don't want to upset you, and it's probably nothing at all, but people say that when the world was created, before there was a world, there was only chaos. This chaos is called the Pontus. But the clockwork maker created the world and made order out of this chaos, and we have all benefited from this order, and we should keep order at all costs, and we have benefited from this order for thousands of years. But for some reason now, right when the British Empire is at its height and everything seems to be so perfect, it seems as if the chaos is beginning to seep back into our world, threatening to take it back. Well, I'm sure that's not true, and I'm sure nothing strange is happening at all. We don't even have to worry about it. And even if so, it's probably far, far, far in the future. We don't have to worry about it. It's a problem for our children, perhaps, or grandchildren. Oh, and I suppose I should say that I know that you and I are talking to each other. We seem like, well, normal human beings. But as I'm sure you all know, not everyone on this world is a normal human being. There are, well, I'm sure you know that there are fey creatures, fairies and the like, and trolls and whatnot, and sometimes, well, they steal children, don't they? And then what you have left is, or they swap them out, and then you get, well, half human, half fairy sorts of people, and I don't know how I feel about that. It seems very strange. I don't know how you feel about it. Well, and also, I don't know if you've heard this, but once there were angels, and those angels were sent, we call them the Nephilim, and they were sent to protect us and watch over us, but some of these angels fell, didn't they? They fell to, I don't know how it happened so long ago. Well, they're basically demons, aren't they? That's what I've heard. Well, I don't know if you know this, but there are some people that are half Nephilim, half human, and rumor has it that they're immortal and probably evil. I'm not going to speak rumors about these people, but you can't really trust someone that, well, you can't trust people who are immortal. I don't know about that. And I don't know if you heard about this. Other rumors and gossip I probably shouldn't say, but no, I won't tell you. It's too much. Well, do you want to know? All right, I'll tell you. I heard that there was an evil scientist. Indeed, Paladin Hulk, gadzooks indeed, there was an evil scientist by the name of, what was his name? Dr. Moreau was his name. He had an island. Apparently he was kidnapping people and doing all sorts of strange experiments on them, mixing humans with animal parts. And, well, these human-animal hybrids, well, they escaped this island, and now they live among us. And you never know if someone might around you might be, I don't know, having strange, bird ears, or I don't know what strange things happen. Some of them might have, well, I don't know, animal claws, and it's not polite. It's not a thing to be done in proper society, these sorts of creatures. It's terrible. And I don't know if you know about this, but there are poor people that hang about in London. We ship some of them off to Australia, of course. It's a better thing to do, but, well, the state of the world, my friends, the state of the world. Did I tell you that it is at this moment, midsummer? There's going to be a lovely party by some of the most upstanding and fancy individuals. We're going to this party indeed. I don't know if you know, have you heard? Do you know of the Viscount Neville Bainbridge? Oh, Viscount Neville Bainbridge. He's a member of Parliament. He's a humanitarian. He's an upstanding fellow who's a philanthropist. He has some sort of orphanage for the poor that's somewhere in the middle of London. I don't really know the details of it, but he takes the poor off the streets and he gives them work and he makes their lives better. And he's a wonderful representative for the country indeed. It's good to know him. Well, I don't know. He, every year, for the last, forever, the Bainbridges are an ancient family, out in Surrey, And for every year, they have been having a festival at Midsummer. A wonderful, but only the best people can go. I mean, really, no riffraff would be invited, of course. That would be terrible. Would be awful. This party that happens every year, you have the most noble, the most upstanding people go. I don't know if you've heard this, but Lavinia Smythe will be there. Lady Lavinia Smythe. She has, her estate has some of the best gladiolas you'll ever see. She doesn't touch them herself with her hands. That would be unladylike. But she has a lovely, lovely sort of garden, and I heard tell that she will be there. I've also heard that, Pinky Kennedy will be there. Pinky Kennedy sometimes, well, she's not always the nicest person, but, she does well. Lord Burleigh Lane will be there. Well, all the best families will be there. Every single one of them. Oh, but one other bit of gossip. They normally do the hunt right there on Midsummer's Eve. It's a big hunt in the Thousand Years Woods. A fox hunt. They've been doing it for at least 1,000 years. Well, I don't mean to tell you this. It's quite strange, but Lord Neville Bainbridge, who you know is in his 60s and all, he got married a few months ago to some woman from Sweden. At least that's what I was told. She was from Sweden. A Lady Mejbel Bainbridge. Well, since she's been here, no one has seen Lord Bainbridge at all. And word has it that she's taking over this party, and she's invited all sorts of strange people who wouldn't normally be there. And apparently, instead of a fox hunt, they're going to have some sort of bicycle race. A bicycle race through the Thousand-Year Wood. How strange. Well, I want to tell you a little bit about the people that she's inviting. Well, of course, all the regulars are going to be there because they have to be. It is tradition, after all. But, well, she's inviting, I suppose the person of the most status I should bring up is, Lady Tilly. Lady Tilly is, Lady Tilly Pinkerton, it's a bit of a difficult thing to say. She does come from a good family. A very good family. Well, I don't know if you know this, but her mother and father are no longer invited to the estate. The Bainbridge estate haven't been for a while. But Lady Tilly Pinkerton, good family, but, where is she right now? Where would I find her? If I were to find her, where would I find her getting ready for this party? Where might she be? Could we open our curtains on Lady Tilly's estate? I'm going to need the PB to open her camera? Well, Lady Tilly Pinkerton. Oh, I'm sorry. Are those... Oh, those are ears, aren't they? Oh, excuse me, audience, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to shock you, but seems Lady Tilly Pinkerton is not completely human. Seems she's some sort of changeling. Well, I'll just be over here. Please, Lady Tilly, tell me, where do you live, and tell me how you're getting ready for this marvelous party that I imagine is going to be the talk of the town.
Well, I'm actually not getting ready at all. I'm lazing about, I'm reading a book, and I'm hanging out with my dog, Brutus, who's actually one of the dogs that went missing, came back with 2 tails. But I hide it with a tutu. So, for the most part...
You've put a tutu on your dog?
Absolutely right, I have.
Oh, well, and you're not getting ready for this party?
No. I'll get ready when it's time to go.
This is... Well, at least describe where you live. I hope it's somewhere respectable.
Well, my parents did gift me a small manor, Summerside estate. And it's the outside is well kept because my parents send a gardener. The inside, however, I don't really clean, and cleaners only come once in a while, so there's a bit of clutter. And I love it.
I don't mean to pry. I wouldn't. But
Of course not.
No. But I can't help but notice that your hair's a bit short. Isn't that a bit scandalous? I mean, if you wore it longer, you could...
I've been told that my whole life. I can hide my ears if I just grow my hair out long. I can fit in better, be more respectable.
You could.
I could.
People would talk about you less, you know.
What fun is that?
Well, I say, could you describe how you look and what you're wearing?
Sure, if you insist.
Please.
I have short curly hair that I keep short on purpose. Beautifully pointy ears. I am wearing a silk black shirt and pants, which I believe are... Yeah, that says it all. And a wonderfully blue silk gentleman's bow tie.
Well, I suppose it's because you're some sort of changeling fae. I suppose that's what they do. I mean, reading, I don't... Now, how old are you anyway?
Never ask a lady her age.
Oh, well, I suppose. I just want to know if it's past your marrying date. I mean, are you engaged?
Well past.
Oh, well. So you're not married. Are you at least engaged?
No.
Oh, my. Well, I just don't quite know what to say about that. Well, I imagine you're going on a carriage of some sort to the estate, or
whatever
something?
My parents send, sure.
Yes, well. Are you looking forward to it? I mean, Viscount Bainbridge, he's quite important.
He's something, that's for sure.
He is. You know, I imagine if you could get Lord Bainbridge to say good things about you, then maybe people will accept you more.
From what I understand, he does, and that's the only reason I'm tolerated as much as I am.
Oh, well then. Well, I'm glad you have an invite. You know, there is someone else who I know who's going to this party. Well, a great industrialist and inventors. An investor.
Otto?
Yes. Do you know Otto?
I do know Otto. I love Otto. Well, that's good. At least the party won't be full of total trash.
Oh, I'm sure you meant that as a joke.
Of course I did.
So, our Otto. I also heard rumor that Otto is, I'd hate to say this, but also not pure blood human.
Scandalous.
I know. Oh, sorry. No offense.
That's all right. None taken.
To you. Where might we find Otto getting to prepare for this event? What is Otto's home like? Oh, you're muted, though. No, you're still muted. Oh, Otto, I can't hear you.
Testing.
Yes. Now I can hear you, and I hear you well.
Okay. Sorry. Sometimes the apartment is very well soundproof.
Oh, why is your apartment so well soundproof? That seems strange.
There's no particular reason. I am, of course, sometimes I bring my work home with me, and sometimes the noise, the hammers, and such. I'm just, of course, looking myself over in the mirror, checking. Don't worry. Don't look at me like that. I mean, no, sorry, don't worry. I'm not. This is going to be fine.
You live in London, don't you? In this city? The seat of business, that sort of thing?
Oh, yes. I live right above my shop, in fact.
Oh, well. Now, please, tell me. I would love you to describe yourself for everyone. I couldn't help but notice the ears.
Of course, my lineage.
Yes. Would you describe what you look like, good sir?
I am like what most would see, a very well Londoner in this society. Of course, a Londoner, even though my skin is quite darker than what people would say Londoners. A very, very, maybe one could say a very Eastern look.
Oh.
Filled with spices and cardamom.
Oh. So you come from the Empire then, I suppose, somewhere out. perhaps India or something like this?
Indeed, my parents.
Oh.
We have, of course, when I was younger, transferred over here.
Oh.
To this quaint, foggy area.
Well, but I mean, London is the jewel of the world. I'm surely you wouldn't want to be somewhere else other than London. I mean, yes. Sometimes there are dead bodies in the Thames, and sometimes it's quite smelly and all of that with the industry. But I mean, it's still the most important city in the world, wouldn't you say?
It's only important for a meantime until I find an ends to a means.
An ends to a means. Well, I see. Now, you. Tell me, how did you, no offense, but how did you get an invite to this party? That seems strange. I mean, not strange. I mean, it's just that you are, you're not noble. So how did you get an invite?
Have you not heard of the Ward jewelry line that has been gracing the necks of most of high society lately?
Well, actually I have. I've actually heard quite good things about that jewelry line. Exquisite work. Well done. That's you.
Indeed.
Oh. Well, I've also heard that you have a good knack of investing. Is that right? That you good investments?
Yes. I would say I do have I do not want to brag, of course. I'm a man of my means. It's just every now and then I would have probably had a higher portion if somebody wanted to take up stocks before I was able to invest properly.
Someone undercut you and messed with your business?
That's just, I'm very posh over the sun. I can't quite. Oh, excuse me. I must get ready for this party.
Oh, yes, of course. Please do. Tell me, how do you get ready for this party?
Just looking myself in the mirror every now and then, I stare in the corner, even though I am in this empty room. I just look and, nod. Yes, it is going to be fine. Do not worry. Do not look like that.
Oh,
I think
were you talking to someone?
Oh, no. Of course not. Just to myself. It's something. Just clean the mirror a little bit. Just a little speck. One must. Sometimes converse with themselves to truly know how one is thinking.
All right then. Because I thought I saw something in the mirror, but I suppose I must not have. Well, how are you getting to the estate? It's a bit of a drive. Carriage?
Carriage, of course. I might stop over and get a quick drink. One must prepare oneself to work with high society.
Oh, that is true. Now, my understanding is you grew up in the city of London, is that right?
Oh, yes, of course.
Yes.
I know these streets. I know which cart drivers really do give a good price versus making you go around in circles.
I have to ask you, do you know, I don't really want to say, but do you know of someone named, the Nightingale? Have you heard that name?
Who's asking?
Well, I wouldn't ask at all. It's just that I heard rumors of someone a bit, nefarious, really. It's a bit criminal.
I wouldn't worry about such person. A name like that hasn't been heard in many a year in this place and shouldn't have been heard as far as I am concerned.
Well, I suppose not. It's just that... Strange. I'd heard that an invitation was sent to this party to someone named, the Nightingale. Isn't that odd?
I really must be off.
Oh, well, all right then. I wonder what the Nightingale's up to. I know somewhere in the world, hopefully not anywhere close to us, there might be someone who might know something about this Nightingale. Miss Harrington, where might we find you? And do you know anything about this Nightingale?
Who's asking?
Just a curious party at all. I've not seen you here for a while.
Well, you wouldn't have.
Oh, well, I suppose not. I mean, I don't. Well, how
Were you
have
looking?
Well, I might not have been personally looking, but I know people might have been looking for you. Just about. You've not been seen for a while in these parts?
People are very bad at seeing me, yes.
Oh, well. So tell me, Miss Harrington, if that's your name. I assume it is. Yes. How have you been? Have you been well? Have you been traveling? How has your life been?
Well, I've been all over. Work keeps me busy.
Yes. What? I mean, you are a lady after all. What sort of work might you do? I assume you would be, I don't know, are you married?
No.
Oh, well.
No, darling.
Oh, well, all right. Well, then, what sort of work do you do? Do you do some, what? You don't write or anything, do you?
I suppose it's a certain type of literature. One can see themselves walking out into the street and ending up somewhere else with a couple pockets fuller than they were before.
Oh, so you write novels and you get paid for it? Novel? Interesting. That's what you said, right?
Is it?
Oh, I think that's what I heard. Could you describe what you look like and what your home is, or at least where you're residing at the moment?
Yes, I'm currently in a very quaint small apartment.
Oh.
It's very nice. I'm on the move, you see. I'm headed back, well, somewhere I tend not to enjoy going.
Oh?
Yes. But I'm rather medium stature, hair up, poised. I do wear sunglasses, though.
Oh. Well, those are quite fancy.
I believe so. Except most people find it a little bit uneasy in the daytime. But
yes.
It's not for them. Or is it?
Oh. Well, I mean, you are some sort of working woman, so maybe you need sunglasses for what you do. I mean, I don't know what people who work for a living, I don't know what that's all about.
You write novels, yes.
Yes. So tell me, you're about medium build. You wear these sunglasses. What sort of clothing do you wear?
I wear pretty simple clothing. I don't like to stick out very much. A modest shirt, and I do wear a skirt. Yes.
Look, I don't want to be rude, but, well, I have heard that you have been invited to Lord Bainbridge's Midsummer Festival? His soiree?
I was equally surprised.
Oh, I didn't
I wasn't sure I was going to go.
Oh, no. Oh.
Yeah, but it seems that I am. Maybe.
Oh.
I'm not sure. I might just go and then make my decision when I get there.
Yes. I didn't even know that you knew Lord Bainbridge.
Does one know Lord Bainbridge?
Well, I mean, I do. I have tea with him regularly at my, at the Gentlemen's Club in London Central. He's a good man.
Do you feel you know him?
Well, I mean, what sort of question is that? I mean,
Oh, never mind.
Oh, well, I find this line of questioning quite strange. I think I'd rather go and find out a fourth member of this crew. Well, by the way, Miss Harrington, do you know about technology?
I don't really care.
Oh. So then you probably don't know about that inventor fellow.
Which inventor fellow?
There's an inventor fellow, Kelechi Abara. He was worked for the military, I think, at some point. Oh, I don't mean to speak out of turn or gossip, because I would never do that, but I heard he was dishonorably discharged. But he's some sort of inventor sort, and well, not particularly human, so I don't, well, I have to say, if we bring up the curtain on our dear inventor, Kelechi Abara, oh, my goodness, please, if you would, tell me, what do you look like? I mean, I don't mean to I don't mean to be uncomfortable, but you look somewhat inhuman. There's a bit of a...
Is that a problem? Yes, no, I'm not human at all. Never tried to hide that. I'm a Nephilim, actually.
You just said it out loud.
Yes.
Oh. All right, well, don't steal my soul. Or anything like that, or...
We don't do that, and I don't think I would want yours anyway. So I am about 6 foot tall, oddly golden eyes, and right now he's wearing his goggles, but underneath those goggles there are like a slight bump, as if there are like the starting of horns just under there. Right now, he's kind of well built, but the kind of muscle that looks like he's all from like manual labor rather than just working out. He's not exactly. I don't think he's definitely more of a working class man.
Yeah.
I think right now he's got like oil smudges on his face as he's like sitting at his desk working on a small contraption.
Is that steam-powered technology you've got there?
Yes.
Oh. Well, that seems exciting. Well, you must be very excited about being in a new age. Is it true what they say about Nephilim?
I mean, they say many things about Nephilim.
Well, that you don't die, that you're immortal, that you live forever. Is that true?
Yes, it's actually... Oh, we don't stay dead, I suppose, is a better way to describe that.
Oh.
Yeah, I've definitely had some mishaps from my adventures, but, a couple of days afterwards, I'm good as new.
Oh, no, why, I just had to ask, why are you going to Lord Bainbridge's estate? I mean, how were you invited? No offense or anything, but it's just, you're, well, a fallen angel sort of person, a sort of demon or whatever. And you're also not a noble, so how did you get there?
I mean, I have a good working relationship with the Viscount.
Oh.
And actually, I'm actually sure the ballroom we're going to be having this soiree in is I built it. So honestly, I'm very excited to see it being used.
Wait. You know about the ballroom? I've only heard rumors that there's some really extravagant, quite secret ballroom on this estate. Is that true? Could you...
Yes, I built it. Actually, I'm pretty sure I have the blueprint somewhere. Samantha?
And you hear Samantha back. Yes?
Do you still have the blueprints, or did we burn those?
You had me burn them.
Okay. No, that makes sense. Okay. I don't have the blueprints right now, but yes, I did. I built it.
Well, I'm excited to see what this ballroom is about. I mean, after all, I've heard quite a lot of rumors. How are you getting to this event? Carriage, I assume? Horses?
Oh, no. Carriages, horses, those... No. Oh, what should I use? I think I might use my bike, my steam bike. We're doing the bike race anyway. I'm pretty sure I should have one somewhere.
A steam-powered
I think
bicycle?
I built one maybe a couple of years ago.
It's a little bit scandalous, I'm afraid. Well, with all of that, let us bring up the curtain on all of our cast for today, and for the next mini-series, as it were. If we could, might you all give us your name and welcome you in. At our top, dearest PB, who are you?
I'm Tilly Pinkerton.
But also your actual name, where we can find you on the internet. People might not know who you are. They may have never seen you before.
That? I'm Pumpkinberry. You can find me on Pumpkinberry on all the things.
Oh, like the scandal sheets in the London Times.
Yes.
Oh, excellent. Well, good. Drac, who are you? And who are you playing?
I'm Draconics, or Drac for short. You can find me on Twitter at Draconics. That's DRAKONIQUES. I stream all over the place. I don't really have like a specific home, but so Twitter is probably the best place to find me. And I'm playing Kelechi Ibarra.
Ooh, Bonsai. Where might we find you? Who are you playing?
Good day, kind souls. My name is Bonsai Baby. I'm usually here on Twitch, messing around with a lot of power tools. And you can find me also hanging out on Gen Con on Fridays. I am playing Auto Spice Ward. Ward is, of course, a very, not at all a foundling name at all.
Nope. And Murgles,
Yes.
who are you? Who are you playing?
I am Murgles, and I am playing Miss Nell Harrington for you today.
And I am Trooper SJP, and I will be your GM. And at this moment, we find our lovely cast and crew making their way through the countryside towards an estate in Surrey. But it is a bit of a drive as we leave London, and we can sort of follow different folks traveling through what is really the most wooded area of the UK, with the most ancient forests, heading from the bustle of the city into maybe a place that time has forgot. Although time is very quickly catching up to Surrey as the rail lines have moved through, and as people are beginning to cut down the forests for industry, of course, to build new things, to build ships and to explore the world. We have to make a few sacrifices, of course, as we travel, cut down a few forests here or there, and our good Viscount Bainbridge is one of our leading industrialists and one of our leading lights, and these four lovely people, none of whom are pure but human, and only one of whom is a noble, and well, I don't even know how they got invitations, are making their way towards this estate in the middle of June for Midsummer. And as you're all traveling in this heat, in this sort of hot, sort of humid moment as you're traveling, it's been a while, and you know there is a small pub. It's a farmer's pub. It's a tavern where the farmers of the area who there's quite a bit of agriculture in the space. You're now quite remote, where they go and they have a pint here and there. And as all of you in your different modes of conveyance are making your way there, it begins to snow. You get flakes of snow beginning to fall as you make your way closer and closer towards the estate and the pub that's between you and there. And who would be the first who might get to the pub?
Oh, not me.
You were late.
Not me either.
I will be there first. I have a couple of coins with a little bit of course, urchins running about getting some information for me about some news I heard recently.
As you make your way, your carriage pulls up to this pub. As you make it there, the gentle snowflakes just start falling a little bit more heavily. And it's a bit odd to see beautiful flowers in bloom and this snow beginning to fall. And it gets to be, you sort of notice a chill in the air all of a sudden, when just 15 minutes ago, it was warm and humid and pleasant. And now it just feels a little, just a chill in the air. As you open the door to this pub, and it's very small. It's just a sort of like one medium-sized room. There is a man, very red-faced with sort of mutton chops, sort of big, heavy-set fellow, thinning hair, and he's behind the bar, and he's, cleaning a glass, and you have a couple of farmers or townsfolk sort of sitting in, some at the bar, some at tables. It's pretty, only half full. It's pretty early in the day. It's probably around 1 in the afternoon perhaps, and it's quiet. And when you walk in, of course, anyone who comes into a small town pub, everyone looks to look at you. You, a changeling fellow from India with very expensive clothes. And when they see you, there's a bit of a hush as your very clearly well-off, well-statused person walks into this pub. And the bartender sort of looks at you and goes, "Oi, so how can I help you, sir? Would you like my lord? Do I call you sir, my lord, would you...
No, just refer to me as Otto. It's fine. Don't worry about these. Pleasure. Drink. Just drink well. Just give me an ale, please.
Of course, Sir Otto. And the bartender is these people have no money. These people are sort of salt of the earth, working class sort of farmers. They don't tend to get out a lot. And seeing somebody come in and they herd the horses, they herd the carriage, they can see the quality of your clothing, and it is impressive to them. And and this fellow comes up and he gives you a pint. And he goes, "Oh, well, you had a good trip from London, sir? Otto?"
Yes, indeed. I am sure. How far, of course, is the Bainbridge estate?
Ooh, well, depends on... And then all of a sudden you hear an older woman in the corner, and she looks to be like maybe in her 80s. She's like, "Well, no, that depends on which kind of route you want to take. If you want to go and take the scenic route, you might take you another 2 hours perhaps there to get there. Well, but then on the other hand, you could get a bit more direct if you want. Well, now, do you know where young Rupert was born? In the hut where young Rupert was born, if you take a left, there's a little small path there. If you're taking your..." And she starts giving you these very
Interesting instructions.
That only make sense if you've been raised here for your entire life. And she's like, it's this like wandering shortcut. And then you've got to go down, of course, through the Connell's barn. And if you take a right by the Connell's barn, that's a very good shortcut, she says. And she's like going on, and the bartender's like, "Well, now, Zenobia, don't talk our..."
It is okay. I'm sorry, madame. And I hold my hand out for her. And what is your name again? Thank you for gracing me with such direct instructions to where I'm going. I can see that you obviously love the area that you live and the land that you tend.
You can call me Granny Zenobia. That's my name. Oh my goodness, I'm such a gentleman. Just if I were 50 years younger. She says that she gets a little blush.
Oh, of course. Well, I mean, I could see, obviously, by your bone structure, how well of a pretty lady you used to have been.
And she looks around, she gets a little bit of a handkerchief, and she, just covers her... who's the next one who comes in at this moment?
I mean,
why
I
not?
will. Do you want to go first, Drac?
Yeah, I'll come in.
Okay. All right.
Drac, as you are approaching, the snow starts falling a little bit harder, actually. Now it's no longer sort of a light snow. It's actually a kind of a heavy snow at this moment. As you're you're like, "Oh, okay." And you are there in your steam-powered bicycle as you're coming in, as the snow starts to fall heavier.
I think he would whip out a little notebook he has and just quickly jot something down as he's looking up into the sky, and close it and put it back in his pocket. And I think he kind of gets to the bar and stands outside of the door for a second and just waits, pulls out a pocket watch and waits for a moment. Then you just hear church bells ringing.
Yep.
And he just stands there waiting for a bit longer. And then when they end, he walks into the bar.
And when you walk in, you see Otto Spice Ward talking to this kind of ancient old woman, probably in her 80s, a bit of a hunch, and she is blushing beet red, this woman. Her hair is all white and a little bit wispy, and she's wearing sort of light clothing for summer, and her hand is in Otto's hand, and she's just blushing beet red. And the bartender, this heavy-set man, sort of sees you, and what he notices is how do I put this? These people are wearing clothes that are clearly homemade, probably homespun. They have perhaps sturdy boots or shoes, but they clearly have worked very hard in their lives. They clearly do not have the best nutrition or a lot of money. They are people who are of low status that people probably ignore. And when they see you, they can tell again, just by how your clothes fit, that you are someone important. And the bartender says, "Ooh, we've not had so many visitors in quite some time. Sir, and it's like 2 visitors of status. Would you like something to drink? Can I get you something, sir?
Do you have water?
Of course. And he goes and he sort of gets, and he actually goes out of the pub for a moment. And you wait a beat or two, and he comes back with a bucket of water. And he sort of pours it into a pitcher, and then he pours it into a glass. And he goes, I don't have, so I hope this is, and he just like hands it over to you. Would you, that's on the house. You don't have to pay for water at all. It's
Are you sure? I don't mind. It's going to like ruffle through his pockets, just set some coins down.
And the well's fine now. We haven't had any problems, in a couple of months. It's all, the well problem's been fixed, so the water's good to drink.
If it ever does go wrong again, just my name is Kelechi. Just give me a call. I have a workshop a couple of blocks down.
Well, and then this Zenobia, the woman, she goes, Kelechi, Abara.
Yeah.
Ooh, she thinks about it. You look just like your father. Must have the same name. When I was a wee lass, when I was, 16 or 17, must have been like 60-something years ago, I must have been your grandfather or father, maybe? You look young.
Zenobia, I recognize your face now. It is me. It's been a while. You don't look a day over 20. Seriously. Oh, come. It's gonna come and give her a hug.
Oh, and she gives you this big hug, and she is kind of like a frail woman, but she's a woman who has worked a lot, and she's got that strength in her grip, even though she's quite thin. And she just gives you this big hug. She goes, Mr. Ibarra, I just want to say, whenever you'd come by and visit, it would always make me day. I haven't worked in the estate for a long time, but for ages. It's nice to see you here. I haven't seen you in a while. Ooh.
Yeah, I've been busy, but recently my schedule definitely cleared up, so I'll make sure to visit more often. I'm very sorry I just seemed to disappear.
Oh, no. I should tell you all about me children and all my
Yes, how are they?
And she like kind of grabs your sleeve and she like tugs it, but she's not tugging at you. It's like she's pointing to everybody else. She's like, this is Mr. Ibarra. He's a great builder. And he's quite good with all sorts of things. I will tell you, I thought it was this 50 years ago, I think it was. Do you remember 50 years ago? Me dear husband, bless his soul, his cart overturned. And he was stuck underneath the cart. We couldn't move it. It was all quite heavy. It was harvest time. And we couldn't move it at all. And yes, Mr. Ibarra tugging at your sleeve. He came in. I don't know even how he did it, but he fixed it, fixed the axle. He did some sort of a thing where, he saved my husband, didn't he? He did. He did.
It was the least I could do.
Hello, Kalichi. It's been a while since I've seen you. I'm surprised you're not accompanied by Lady Tilly as well.
I was meant to meet Lady. Oh no.
Speaking of Lady Tilly, somebody forgot to meet you. Does that mean you have to take your carriage?
It does. Can I bring my dog? Would that get dog hair everywhere?
Yes.
Perfect.
Does your dog get dog hair everywhere?
Absolutely. That's why I picked him.
Oh, yes. Then yes. You may certainly bring your dog. That will get... By the way, what color is your dog?
Oh, he's tan and white, because I wear a lot of black, so I want the dog hair to stand out.
Nice. Yeah. Oh, yes. As you are making your way towards the pub...
Perfect.
The snow gets heavier and heavier. As you are moving your way in, it is now a pretty heavy snowstorm in the middle of June. And it's really cold, actually. and you can sort of see the steam coming off of your horse's breath as you make your way to this pub in the middle of a June snowstorm that just has picked up in the last half hour.
That's strange, wouldn't you say, Brutus? Don't worry, you don't have to come with me. You can go back with the carriage and stay warm. But let me just bet you really quickly. Oh yeah, let's go.
And there's just like all dog hair everywhere.
Oh, that's perfect.
Everywhere.
Oh,
Everywhere.
I love you. And then I will hop out of the carriage. I'll say goodbye to Brutus.
Brutus pokes his head out of the carriage window, and Brutus's ears go flat.
Something
as Brutus
wrong?
looks around. And Brutus's two tails start flicking as Brutus sort of sniffs the air.
Is there someone there?
Towards the forest.
Do I see anything over there?
I would like from you a roll, if you would.
Oh, sure.
If you would. And you have a choice. You can use focus and, like a good focus investigation might be nice. You could do focus mysteries for creepy things if you like.
Yeah, I'm looking for creepy things. Anything. Yeah, I'm not looking for, a couple out there rolling in the hay or anything.
Right,
I want Cthulhu or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, if you want Cthulhu, I am happy to, this is just, this is just like a 2 is your difficulty.
Okay, and so, I'm so sorry. Do I pull a card?
Yes,
what happens
please.
here? Okay.
Pull a card and just put it in our green box. Now, what is your focus?
My focus is 2.
And your mysteries?
I just closed my sheet 1 second. My mysteries is much higher than that. I think it's the highest thing I have. No, it's not. It's 3.
3. So you have a base of a 5. Pull a card, and you want to beat a 2.
And that's just the regular one? Okay. And you said it was a difficulty?
2. And you have a 5 right now, so you're looking good. Just hope that card is not Doom, because there are 100 special cards. One of them is a Doom card, and you don't want that to happen.
So
or maybe
should I drag these to the section so you can see them?
Yes, please. Just take one card and drag it to our green box. So just one. Just one.
Oh shit. Do I get to pick?
No, you just get one. The entrapped is the one you get, the -3, which is actually still a 2, because
Perfect.
right, you make it. You didn't make it by a whole lot. It's a marginal success. And as you peer into the forest, and you can sort of see your sweet dog with its ears,
Big floppy ears.
big floppy ears.
Yeah.
Sorry, I meant cards. Draw a card, not roll. You catch a glimpse of something in the forest. It's just like a light. Like a small little dancing light that recedes into the forest.
Will-o'-the-wisp, Brutus. And then I'll just be, it's okay, buddy, it's okay. Okay, I'll be home before you know it. And I just give a big kiss onto his forehead, ruffle, and then I close the door for him so the carriageman can safely take him home. And then I,
And the snow falls heavier and heavier, beginning to accumulate. With a strange will-o'-the-wisp in the woods, which should probably not be there. Really?
Oh, I'll pull up my sleeves. This might be more fun than I thought. And I will go inside the pub.
And as you walk in, you see Kalechi and Otto.
Kel, hello. You forgot me.
I'm okay. Yes, I'm very sorry. I got carried away with, and then Samantha.
Oh, don't
You're
apologize
here?
to me. It's fine. I'm here. How's my hair?
Everywhere.
Perfect.
Ooh,
Oh,
a lady.
You look
Would you like to drink?
quite...
I
Closer.
would love to drink. I'll have what he's having, and also, I bring some good news.
Ooh.
I think everyone in the pub is entitled to a round, courtesy the Bainbridge estate. We're having a party, you see.
Oh, well, all right. The Bainbridges barely ever give us anything at all, so thank you very much.
And a warm meal, again,
And-
courtesy the Viscount.
Oh, and like there's like a bit of a pause, and then they're like, ooh, and we're like, all right, and you see the fella who's your big bartender, and he calls up back to where the probably where the kitchen is, right? And he calls back and he goes, Leland, make a meal for everyone and well, drink on the house
The
for everyone.
fanciest one.
Oh, and he goes, well, free to say, it won't be as fancy as it would like be. We've had some problems with our crops recently, so, but we still got something. There's been some of the crops survived. They all just had a bit of a blight just happened out of nowhere. But
Tell me more over this beautiful stout. Is that
Yes.
what this is?
Yep, it's yep,
Wonderful. Thank you.
And there's another fellow who sort of pokes his head out. He's about the same age as your bartender, a little bit thinner, and he sort of like pokes his head out and goes, "Oh, ooh," and he waves. All right, meals, and he sort of counts up, and he sort of.
And include yourselves as well.
They're like,
And if they give you any sort of trouble when it comes to pay the bill, just say that Tilly Pinkerton requested it.
ooh. And then, when you say that, there's a man in the corner. Mm-hmm. And he just sort of leans forward and he goes, Tilly Pinkerton. Lady Tilly Pinkerton.
Do I know him? Do I recognize him, rather, I should say?
That's a very interesting question. You have seen him before.
Is he one of the ones that just regularly I see around?
Interesting. I would like from you, focus and refinement.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Let me take a look. Mm-hmm. My
Draw
focus.
a card for me.
Oh, sure.
And actually, any of you who are currently in the pub who have interest in this fellow can give me a focus and refinement as well.
Oh, also, by the way, when I tell them to bill the Bainbridge estate, I totally wink at Otto
Yeah.
and Kel, and I'm just kind of like, gonna get them to pay a really fancy bill.
Oh, yeah, no. When you do that, I'll go ahead. Oh, and over-exaggerately. Oh, of course. Thank you. Lady Tilly is, this is our...
Ooh, that's a 2. That's good. And I imagine your refinement's you've got that's like a 4, I think, right?
Let's find out.
yeah.
Really quickly here. My sheet will open, I swear. Where are you, sheet? There you are. Okay. My refinement is 3, and my, what was the other one?
Focus, to notice things.
2.
Yeah. Okay. So that's a 7, which is very, very good. So you beat that by 4, which makes it an excellent success.
Okay.
Yes. You've seen him before.
Oh.
But-
is he one of the ones that I know come from the Viscount?
So here's the thing. He is wearing the clothes of a worker, right? But as he's sipping his glass of stout, the way he's sitting, he is not a working class fellow.
I
At
make
all.
direct eye contact with him, raise my stout, and then drink it.
And you have seen him before. Tell me, what country was the last place that you saw him?
Oh, France.
You recall him in perhaps a much nicer suit in a...
Oh, yes.
Maybe it would have been a museum, perhaps?
It was the museum. I noticed he followed me around to every single piece I looked at.
And here he is, just in this pub, dressed as if he were a regular.
He could try a little harder.
He just sort of drinks a little bit. Ms. Nell Harrington, You are
Yes.
the last to arrive.
I don't really want to be here.
By the time you arrive, carriage?
Yeah, a rented one.
A rented one? It is a blizzard, and the winds are howling in the middle of June.
I hate England.
Yeah, and it's, you notice the flowers dying in the frost. And you're passing by some wheat fields that are all sort of now beginning to rot. It's not been very long, but the crops and this place, it's all beginning to rot. And the blizzard is intense. As you come upon this pub.
Yes, I think I'll head into the pub. Should I just turn around? Should I just turn around?
Maybe. Except that it would be kind of hard considering how dark it is now. It's about 2 in the afternoon, but it seems to you at this moment that the sun has been blotted out of the sky. And it is pitch black, as if it were a new moon and midnight.
Well, maybe I'll go into the pub and sit the storm out.
And when you walk in, it is warm on the inside, and there are 3 fancy people there. A Lady Tilly Pinkerton, I don't know if you've ever met her. Kelechi Abara, I'm sure you've never met him or seen him, and Otto Ward, I'm certain you've never seen him either. But all 3 of them are there in this warm pub that is sort of full of some locals, bustling a bit of activity as Leland the cook is busily making up some hearty stew, some food for everyone. And the bartender goes, "Ooh, my lady, would you like something to drink?"
Yes, do you have tea?
Ooh. Yup. And you see him go upstairs to get some tea. He comes back down and he's like, "I've got tea for you." Then and he's like, he's sort of proud of himself. "I got water from the well and everything." And he goes and he heads off and he gives that water. He heads off back into the kitchen, leaving you in this small pub with a roaring blizzard outside. And it is, if you notice the windows, which are kind of thick and dark, it is pitch black outside. And the people who are the locals are quiet as they hear a wolf howl somewhere in the distance. And they all just are quiet for a moment. And Zenobi goes, "Oh, just don't worry about that." And she goes, "I'll let you fancy people go and have a seat." And she looks at a fellow who's sitting. There's a center table right in the center of the pub, and there's a fellow there who's like passed out, and she like kicks him. She goes, "Wait, Odie, get up. We've got fancy people here. Move." And Odie sort of picks his head up, and he's got like the broken blood vessel person who drinks way too much, and sort of gets up and he goes, "Ooh, ooh," and he sort of stumbles over and he sits in one of the sort of side tables. She takes her handkerchief, she dusts off the table a little bit. She goes, guests of the house, sit. And she bows a little bit to Kelechi and she like gives him a bit of a pinch on the shoulder and she heads off to leave you to the table.
I will immediately stand up and go, "Oh, Nelly," and give a hug. Whisper in the ear. It's so surprising I did not get any word that you were...
Yes. Well, oh, yes. Well, see, I was just on my way out. I'm headed, back, away. I'm leaving.
Well, that's
I
no
just
fun.
arrived, but I'm leaving. Oh, no
I
fun.
probably shouldn't, because I think, and he's gonna like pull out his notebook and go. There's a blizzard. There's probably a blizzard happening. There's a blizzard happening outside, right?
Yes. What is that? What's
Okay,
that all
thought
about?
so.
Do we know?
I don't know, this horrific country.
Well, I don't think it has anything to do with that.
I mean, obviously the clockwork is breaking. Everyone knows this. The clockwork is.
Yeah, but I was
Clockwork,
just,
the clockwork.
yes, but I just thought maybe it had something to do with something. Maybe why we're all here.
All right, actually, I'll have a wine.
Oh, me too, please.
All right. And your fellow, you've never asked his name yet. He goes off and he, rummages his back, and you can hear Leland going, "Oi, you did one. Oh, it's all right." And he comes back out with a sort of a bottle of wine, and he sort of opens it up, and he sort of pours, and he pours one also for Kalechi, also one for Otto, and he sort of
Don't worry,
pours
I'll take that for you.
Glasses of wine for all of you. Corks it. And you can hear distantly the church bell toll right at the quarter hour. Just a little talk. The bells.
You kind of see like Kalechi just.
I just reach over and I, absentmindedly pat your arm like it's okay, It'll be over soon. Don't worry. I'll take care of this for you.
Yeah, thank you. I like to keep
You're
a clear
welcome.
mind.
Otto, who are these people?
Oh, of course.
Also, what are
let
you
me go-
doing here? What am I doing here?
Yes, that is very much the question. What are you doing? But besides that, this, of course, let me introduce. This is Tilly, and also, of course, a great inventor of. We've been in circles before. Kalichi as well, and then this is, of course, one of my older friends here, Nell. And
Charmed.
I'm hope you are here safely. Yes, of course. Your trip. You came over safely.
Oh, me? Of course.
Yes.
Yes, of course. It's me. I don't know why I came. That's the real question.
This old lady Zenobia is not too far from you all. She's just listening to your conversation. I would say that she's being subtle about it, but she's clearly the village gossip, and she just kind of wants to know all the things. And she's
I heard something about the Viscount, that he wants to keep hush-hush.
Oh.
I heard there was an affair. And I say it loudly enough for the gossip to hear, but pretending still to be hushed.
Oh, good for him.
I'm going to need a roll. Not a roll. I'm going to need you to draw a card, if you don't mind.
Oh, I don't mind at all.
So, we have not actually arrived at the estate, but already the intrigue has begun. It seems as if you are attacking our good lord's reputation.
Well, good is debatable.
Can I get a presence guile, please? Since this is a bit of a
Sure.
lie.
Oh.
What is your total?
This is actually so easy. I read this. I was like, I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to play this. This seems super complicated, but it's not at all. Okay.
Yeah.
What are the two?
Presence and guile.
Presence is 3 and guile is 4, my friend.
I see. So here's what you need to know. Guile is lying. Presence is the kind of personality you have, your force of personality. And that right there is a 7. And there's some gossip going around about our Viscount and old Granny Zenobia. He has a defense, but, it's not that high. It's not as high as what you got, my friend. And also, you're talking to her, and she likes you all, and she likes him a little bit less. And so she, listens in when she...
Perfect. And apparently that's where he's been the last 6 months.
That explains a lot, actually.
Yes.
I haven't heard back from him since.
Oh, and I wink at you. I'm straight up lying, but I want this gossip to take it and run with it, and so that it's just bullshit.
I think Kalechi full on believes it. Even though he sees the wink and he's like, I don't.
I think I heard as well that same rumor. I hear it was actually a French dancer.
And I hear she's not entirely human.
Well,
Good for her.
Otto, I'm going to need a draw from you as well, Presence and Guile, as you are pieing on a little bit to our Viscount, who's not even here. Now, he does have very good esteem. This is his place. He starts off favorable. He's got great esteem, although it's a little bit less right now, and it's a little bit less again. What is your...
my presence is a 4, and my guile is a 3.
Ooh!
+1.
Ooh, that's a 9, my friend. That is a 9. So,
you did better than I did.
let's talk about this. Let's talk about what this might mean. You can think of like a 2 as an average number. Like if you get like a 2, that's pretty good. That's a 9 versus his, well, now it's like a 4 for him. And as you say all this, Zenobia, her eyes go wide. And you just hear her lean over to one of the villagers and she goes, "Well, now I understand exactly why he's not left the estate in 6 months. Nobody's seen him leave the estate at all. He's probably having some sort... Well, but here's the question." As she's like badgering some fellow who's like, Odie, who's like not completely, he's like, "What? Well, but he's married now, isn't he, to that Swedish woman? Haven't seen her either. Is there the Swedish woman and the French dancer in the house at the same time? Well, what if he's locked her away? What do you..." And like all of a sudden there's all this sort of speculation about why it is they've not seen either one of them leave the estate at all, and now there's some kind of affair, and there's like, I don't know. And there's a whole bunch of like,
I just look at Otto and with this huge grin on my face, clearly so satisfied by this.
Yeah, I'm also going to add, it's just so unfortunate. I hear such good things about his wife. I heard she does a lot of charitable things, of course, for farmers and the working class. Yeah. It just breaks my heart to hear that such a cruel man, a diabolical man, is doing something to such a kind...
Absolutely, and I mean... I almost pity her.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't.
And like they're listening to see what Nell has to say. They're seeing what's going on there. Like, oh, what is this? What is this? It's all very mysterious.
I wouldn't pity her.
I just look at you like you're a huge party pooper for a second. Like, just like, oh, did you have to just ruin our fun? Like, clearly we were having fun.
Well, you see, it seems as though she won out. He's busy with someone else, and she gets to keep the estate and run around and do whatever she wants, and apparently hold this grand party.
And feed all of these people.
And you know what? We're going to have a wonderful time if I go, and...
Oh, you're going. You should go. I mean, you don't have to go, but you should go. You're here already, right?
Nell,
yes, but I can always leave.
Yes, you can always leave, and if anything, Nell, and I'll pat Nell on the hand and be like, I will always be there to help you.
I know.
Why don't you want to go? That's probably prying, but...
Well, I hear it'll be boring. Absolutely
I really
boring.
doubt that, because it's going to be in the ballroom that I built, and it's honestly a spectacle, and I think you'd all...
Wait. The ballroom that you told me about that you weren't supposed to tell me about, that I didn't get to, the ballroom?
I mean, I guess it's public. I mean, I hope it's public knowledge at this point. I mean, everyone's been invited to it, so I assume.
A ballroom's a ballroom.
No, not this ballroom.
Oh, no.
Can I tell her?
Zenobia's like leaning in.
Like Zenobia knows my style when it comes to construction, so she can definitely like corroborate with this as well.
She just says, and Zenobia just kind of says, not to you all, but, to the person who's sort of drunk and passed out at the table that she's at right now, not to you all. She's just like, "Ooh, Odie, it's, I just got to say, there's been all this construction over at the estate for the last 2-3 years, and nobody in the village knows what's been going on there. All sorts of materials coming in and out, so all sorts of strangers coming in and out of the estate all the time, and never seen him for this whole moment, and I don't know, I would love to go and know what's going on in that estate, but I heard there's some sort of affair with a French dancer. Who knows? But
I think Kalechi's gonna just turn to Zenobia. Do you want to come? I don't know if I can have a +1, but why not?
Yes, you absolutely can have a +1.
Wait, Me?
I mean, it'll be my way of saying sorry for not being around for so long.
I get to go to the estate. And she gets up, she does a little jig, just like her little self. She's like, I want to go to the estate. Yes. I should give me best hat.
Precious. Yes, get your best hat. We'll wait for you.
I'm going to go out. She's like, it's blizzarding.
Oh, hold on. And I think he's gonna he probably has some kind of jacket on, especially if he was riding a bike here, even if it wasn't snowing, he needs to keep warm. So he probably take that off and just wrap down around Zenobia's shoulders. Hopefully that'll keep you warm enough to get back home. And
Thank you. It's not
honestly, you can
far.
just keep that. I probably have another one at home anyway.
It's warm. She says, I wish the weather would stop doing this thing that it's been doing.
And how long has it been doing the thing it's been doing? Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, well, it's been strange for the last 2 years or so.
2
I'd say.
years?
About that. Well,
And what about the last 6 months? Has anything strange happened?
and when you say that, she gets this sort of dark look on her face, and you can see some of the other farmers in the village kind of shake their head like, and she says, well, it's
You
been
can
real.
tell me.
Well, ever since, midwinter, it's been real bad. I remember there was it's right there, midwinter. Ooh.
Real
It's been
bad
for-
how?
And there's this kind of there's this sense that everybody in this room, except for that one creepy dude who's been following you
Yeah.
for who knows how long, who doesn't really seem to know what's going on, they all have this sort of sense of dread. And she sort of wraps herself up in this coat and she goes, it's about, I'd say 2 years ago, when it started getting bad a little bit. Strange things happening, weather being odd, crops failing. I don't want to say, but Freddie there, and she sort of nods to the bartender. It's been having trouble. He lost his cow, so that was terrible. Just never came back, and sometimes that happens and all. But there were prints that were on fire. Anyway, but in the last 6 months, right after, midwinter, the longest night of the year.
How far away is she from me?
She's about 3 feet.
So I can reach out and maybe
yeah.
touch her arm or her elbow?
Yeah.
Okay. Something comes to mind, and you're a little afraid to tell me. But I promise if you tell me, you'll feel better. Can I tempt her?
Yes, you can. Give me a temptation. Her social offense is a 2. Draw a card. That's presence temptation.
Ooh.
What do you got?
Let's find out. Presence and temptation. My presence is... my temptation is 3, and my presence is also 3.
Aha! So you got a 2, which actually is just what you needed.
Okay.
It's a partial, and she looks at you and she says, "I don't really want to talk gossip too much."
Oh, it's not gossip, it's the truth. I won't tell anyone.
Before it was bad weather, things, weather being strange, but it just got a little bit worse. The last two years. But ever since the longest night, she leans in a little bit. All the wells in the village, they all just turn to blood. All of them. And then all the crops start failing, and if you drink them, if you eat anything from the crops, you'd start seeing things and hearing things, and some people just died. They just died. And then their bodies, they just sort of started decaying like they were peat moss or something, and the wells came back to normal, but...
How long? How long until the wells came back to normal? I'm sorry.
They went to blood at midnight, and then it was 7 days.
7
we
days.
didn't have real water or anything for that in the time period, and I don't. And listen, they. And she kind of looks at Nell like, well, I don't know. And she goes, I told you about the cow.
And that's all
yes,
you
the
told me
cow.
about.
The cow did come back.
Was
As
there
they
something
do.
wrong with the cow?
Yeah, but when it came back, Missy, you don't know, you're so young. It had these long fangs, and it stood on its hind legs, and it had like the arms of some sort of beast, and it killed 3 people. Just
A cow killed 3 people?
it did. It did.
Oh, I believe you. I believe you.
I don't know why
believe
she's
you.
laughing.
I don't know either.
I gotta tell you, it's ever since I don't mean to go and speak gossip, but ever since
Oh, no one likes a gossip.
that woman came, the Swedish woman, it's been worse.
All
Ever
right.
since she got here.
I think it's time you go get your best hat. And, don't tell anyone else about the blood, okay?
She grabs your hand, looking at Nell a little bit nervous. She says, listen, I know you're going up there, and I'm going up there too. Mr. Ibarra, you're going to keep me safe, aye?
Oh, sure, of course, yes.
But ever since that Swedish woman came, it's been real bad. She gets here, and well, people go missing. Their voices. I don't want to say, but you know those 3 fellas that got killed by the cow? That's serious, it's a cow. Killed them.
But, of course, sounds like utter chaos.
It was utter chaos. Oh. Well, one of them got back up. So, just like the dead. And,
Okay, now this is important. Did they look the same as they did before the utter chaos?
no. Their eyes were red and Miss, or lady, or madam?
Miss is fine.
Miss, I think that lady brought evil to this place. And I don't know why I'd never seen her. We don't see her in church. We've never seen... He's not been coming to church either since she got there. He's never left the estate, and people are...
Okay,
I'm afraid.
breathe in. Breathe out, you're okay. Tell me about that hat.
Oh, my hat? Oh,
Yeah.
Well, my mother made it. It's straw. It's got a nice blue ribbon. It's well, you think you'd like it. It's a nice bonnet.
Sounds like a perfect hat for a party. Why don't you go get it? We'll wait right here.
And Zenobia, wrapped up in Kalechi's coat, heads out, and as she opens the door, a flurry of snow rushes in to the room, and she slams the door behind her.
Should we have let her go out by herself?
Oh my goodness! Absolute drivel, poppycock! Were you all buying that? Unbelievable! A cow!
I mean, it all makes sense. I mean, actually, most of my notes almost predicted this to a T, except for the blood in the wells one. Mine
Predicted?
was,
Oh
yeah.
my! Are you a scientist of mystery? It's absolutely ridiculous.
Are you a clockwork denier? What's happening here?
A clockwork denier.
Yeah, like you don't believe the clockwork is failing? Are you one of those?
Listen, if you give me evidence that the clockwork is failing in
There
any
is
meaningful
evidence
way.
that the clockwork is
yes,
failing.
an old lady telling you a cow murdered three people.
The wells of blood,
Break
the
her
snow
legs.
outside in the middle of June.
Fangs and blood.
Oh, wow.
Unbelievable.
You know, if you want to
mean, I
deny
could show
the
you my-
very factual scientific evidence and just, say that
I'm
it's
just
not happening
saying.
and ignore it until the whole world falls apart, that's your fault.
I would like the whole world to fall apart. It would be interesting for a change.
I second that.
I haven't my calculations if that will prove. I mean, I don't know how much would actually. So here, if you he's gonna try and explain like the ridiculous calculus he's done, trying to like predict the failing of the clockwork.
Kel, you can't explain science to these people. They refuse to see it. Shall we go to the party?
Okay, yeah.
Well,
kind of looks
I've had a
dejected, like he's
wonderful
looking
time.
forward to actually explaining it, but I was like, oh, okay.
I think I'm actually gonna leave. I'm gonna head back to town. Enjoy the party.
Is she lying?
Did you see the snow? It's only going to get, at least from my calculation, pause that notebook again. At least from my calculations, it's only going to get worse in the next like couple of hours. I think it might be.
I hope so. Then we would really know what was going on with the clockwork.
That'll be nice.
Are you
Nice.
You should come.
You should probably come. I mean, it's closer. Bainbridge is not that far off. We won't be in the snow for that long.
If you come, I promise the party will be interesting. May
Yes,
I
the question
tempt
is.
her?
Ooh, yes. Ooh, a temptation. Do you like interesting things?
Well, interesting. Can I PvP temptation? As in, can I notice that she's trying to tempt me and fight that?
Oh, yeah, you certainly. What is your social defense, by the way? That'd be like a will plus, let's see what would be nice for you. You, my dearest, like
Yes.
a will plus, well, if you want to counter tempt, that is,
Yes.
give that to me. So like, what is your social would be, will plus composure is pretty decent, actually. Would be probably will plus composure.
Okay. I will do will plus composure to resist her temptation.
You need to beat a 4, dearest Tilly. With your presence temptation, and then draw a card.
May I use an ability?
Please? What would you like?
Does my weaken purpose work here? Is this how I use it?
Ooh.
Because I'm pretty sure that it might.
What is your what are your affinities, dearest Nell?
My affinities. Both of them? Okay, my affinities are total freedom and wealth over health.
I feel like total freedom is the relevant affinity.
Okay.
You will need to undermine her desire for total freedom with your ability, right? Okay. So her desire for freedom is what gives her a little bit of strength to resist this temptation, and you have an ability that will let you weaken that for the moment. Sort of like it's a temporary. She doesn't get to really use that as defense at the moment, and so I believe you have to pay for that.
I do actually. It is an ether.
Please do spend an ether, and I want you to describe how, in a supernatural way,
Yes.
something about you is able to lower her defenses just a little bit. She
think-
desires freedom very badly. This
Yes.
party may not seem all that free.
Yes. So actually, if it's all right with you, I think I will. Because I'm using this to sort of appeal to her because I feel like we're kindred in in some ways, even though we disagree on a very big global issue, really, and it is falling apart, the clockwork, and she can deny that all she wants.
I mean,
but
all
it is
right.
happening.
No.
We'll see.
But I sense she's here for a reason, and I think I just want her to see a little bit of my chaotic energy, where I am promising her a good time, and I know she doesn't necessarily like the people at this party because she doesn't want to go to the party. So I just want her to see that I have that little impish desire to create chaos, and perhaps maybe she will find that fun. I'm not trying to manipulate her per se. Yes, exactly. Yes. I'm promising a little bit of chaos at this party, and I want to appeal a little bit to that free nature in her. So a little bit of the reverse. I'm not dominating her. I'm more just like
you're tempting her, right?
I'm inviting her to play. Yes,
you're inviting her to play, and basically what you're sort of, and I'm going to say that this is a bit of a glamour, right? So there's a way in which your desire for freedom, that this house, this estate, does not seem like a very free space, right?
Yes.
Because
I also desire freedom, so I want her to see that in me, maybe that twinkle in my eye, and she's like, okay, we're kindred. That's kind of really what I want to portray.
Draw a card, and let's see how that goes.
Okay. Is this me or her or both?
This is you. This is you.
Okay.
And let us see how that goes. A 3. Ooh. Okay. And your presence temptation is what, 5?
Yeah. 6.
6.
Presence is 3. Temptation is also 3.
Ooh, that's a 9. So.
Ooh.
Now.
Yes.
This is a 9 over your social defense of a 4. That's by 5, which is very good. That's enough to impact you, and I would like you to tell me. There's this sort of slightly super, the world's a little brighter, right? There's just kind of a slightly interesting air to the edge to the air, and there is a sense of mischief in her eyes. She promises you a very interesting time at this party. How do you respond?
All right, listen, I can't tell if it's the wine, but I do hear that the Viscount's wife has some very interesting baubles around her neck. Yes, I'll come.
Perfect. And I squee with delight. Perfect. Now, should we wait for your friend to come back?
Yeah. I definitely want to take. I haven't seen her in 56 years to this point. I think it would be. If I just disappeared, that'd be a bit unfair on her.
Oh, of course. And also, imagine their faces when we bring her to the party.
Again, Colette, just blankly, I don't get it.
Oh, it's all right. You'll know when we get there.
And Zenobia comes in all wrapped up, and she's like, all right, we've got a party to go to. And she's wearing this beautiful summer bonnet that would have been very, very fashionable in the Regency.
Perfect.
Perfect. Sometime she's like, well, let's go. And before you can make it out, Leland comes out and he sort of brings you some sort of ceramic bowls of stew, and he brings them to you, and he's like, well, you'll need that when you go up to the estate.
Thank you. I actually have a compartment on this bike that I could put this in. Zenobia, do you want to ride with me? You might have to hold on.
Oh, were we supposed to bring our own bicycles?
I'm sorry, we were supposed to bicycle.
Well, that's the whole point, right? It's a race.
I'm sorry, what? There's a race?
Race?
Did you read the invitation?
Oh, wait, there's a race. I
have a carriage. I don't know if
I'll join you in your carriage, Otto.
Thank you.
Well, me as well. I didn't bring a bike.
Ooh.
hope we weren't supposed to bring our own.
So great. Well, I'll take the carriage, and Kalechi can bike there next to us.
Ooh.
In the carriage.
This would be perfect to see
I'm
if I
sure
can
we
actually
have enough
keep up.
room. It would be snug, but
We can
no, I
attach
want
the
to ride my
bicycle to
bike.
the horses.
Oh, absolutely not. No. No.
You gather in this sort of passel of things, and Zenobia's up front of the carriage directing the carriage driver. And as you make your way in the pitch darkness in this terrible blizzard, you make your way slowly through these woods, not the deep, dark woods. And you make your way through slowly. And the closer you get to the estate, the colder it gets and the darker it gets.
Oh, boy.
And you break through the forest, and before you, in the brightest of sunlight, with no trace of snow on the ground, is a massive estate. There are lakes on this estate, this massive house, and there is a line, a very precise line that separates the snow behind you and the estate full of green grass in front of you. And there are carriages out front, activity, and the estate is warm, welcoming, friendly, but perhaps just a little off.
Well,
But with
this
that, we're going to take
certainly-
our break.
Oh, this is certainly
That-
different from the last time I was here.
Everyone, we are going to take a 10-minute break where I would like you all to sort of, drink some water, stretch your legs.
Or wine.
Or wine. And when we come back, these 4 people are going to meet the people at the party. And I am sure there's nothing weird at all about this.
None of this exists. Are you kidding?
Oh, for
No,
crying
it's-
out loud.
I mean, they say that British weather is weird, right? British weather is known to be weird, so I mean,
Show you the calculations if you really. Hold on.
everyone, thank you all for being here right now. We're going to take a 10-minute break, and when we come back, we will find out what awaits them at the estate, which, by the way, is named, you can see it, there's like a nice gate, right, that you have to cross through, and the gate has the name of the estate on it, because that's what ostentatious people do. And the estate is called the Mysteries. And so, in 10 minutes, we will find out about the Midsummer Mysteries.
That was fun. I loved it. So then I was like, maybe it'd be a good idea if I put a tutu on him. And it was my old tutu, very, very expensive, very, very fine tutu from when they forced me to be in ballet. And you should have seen the look on her face.
I would pay.
I thought she was going to vomit.
It's too bad she didn't. Oh my goodness.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
I like you. You're fun.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
I promise we'll be a lot more fun as soon as we get inside.
I have a secret.
Okay.
Do you know who the nightingale is?
I do. Do you? No.
Yeah.
What
You're looking at it.
Really? And I
Yes.
look over at Otto, like, did Otto know this?
Oh, Otto
You
and I go
knew.
way back.
Oh,
Otto and I go way back. Yes.
wait, but didn't you steal what was that? That was that was you.
The crown.
7 months
it was
ago.
me. Yeah. It was me.
Oh, you devious. I think we'll be friends for a long time.
I hope so. Especially if you bring that tutu.
Shall we?
And Puppy's like, and as your carriage and the steam powered bike, a nice penny farthing, are moving towards this estate, you sort of move out of this desperate blizzard into a place that seems like there had never been a blizzard at all. I would like you to imagine a massive, massive estate with huge amounts of grounds, and I want you to imagine as if there were a perfect circle that someone had drawn around this entire estate, whereby on the inside of this circle, none of that is happening, and on the outside of the circle, all of it is happening. Just imagine
That's
that
not
as
suspicious or anything.
Kenichi, can you
Yeah, why don't I
you
I want
know-
to see if I can. I want to see if I can look for any like etchings or anything like that around this boundary.
Ooh, yeah, because you're not in the carriage, I would like for you, focus and mysteries is what I would need.
Okay.
This is going to be a slightly more difficult role. It is going to be about a 5. This is a challenging task.
Okay. So
Because-
with focus and mystery is a total of 4, and draw.
Please draw a card.
Oh yeah, no.
Okay, so let's talk about some options that you have. In the world of the clockwork, everyone possesses ether and also purpose. Purpose tells you how you conform to the system. There is this clockwork, and it is order, and it tells you how attuned you are to order. And if you have a lot of purpose, you can use purpose to avoid getting wounds, or to have coincidences happen, things that sort of help order. If you have ether, on the other hand, it taps into personal freedom and chaos. And if you have ether, you can spend a point of ether to draw a new card.
Ooh.
Would
To
you
spend
like
a point, so right now I have 3 ether. If I spend it, it'll go down to 2.
That is correct.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll do that.
And you get a point back at the beginning of each session. So
Okay.
spend them now. But at the beginning of the next session, you'll get another point back.
Oh, let's see if I do any better at this one. That's considerably better, to be honest. Yeah.
Okay. And what is your total?
I think. Oh no, I still don't make it. No, it's a 4.
It's a 4. Okay, so let me tell you what that means. So a 4 is very good, right? Like a routine task is a 2, right? About a 2. Challenging is a 5 or 6. You got a 4, which is not challenging, but it's demanding. Let me tell you what that means. You look at this, and you're looking for etchings or something like that. You don't see any etchings or chalk marks or something like this, because that's what you're looking for. As a person who knows your alchemy, you don't see anything like it. But you have done many mystical circles in your life. Many. You have done this multiple times. You know a ritual circle when you see one. This is without a doubt to you, there is some sort of ritual circle or barrier around this estate. You know it. It's not on the ground, which is strange, because normally there would be some kind of there'd be like chalk or salt, there'd be symbols that would have to be there, but it's not there. But it's functioning like it. So you do not know how this is happening, but without a doubt, you know it. There is some sort of mystical barrier. You don't know what it's for or what it's doing or how it's being done. But you know it. There is some sort of active, mystical, ritual barrier that is surrounding this entire estate. But here's the thing that your mysteries will tell you. Because you do not make the roll, you don't know how, what, or why, but you know it's here. But I will tell you this, and this is something that you know just from your experience, and as a player you can probably guess, that's a huge area. This is a huge, you could not do this yourself, right? Like you personally would not be able to create a ritual circle this large. This is encompassing an entire estate, which is acres and acres and acres. You don't know anyone or anything that could create a ritual barrier that large. That is not humanly possible. Let me phrase it that way. That is not humanly possible to create a ritual circle that large. I mean, you're looking at maybe really powerful people, might be able to cover a carriage or maybe like a small cottage, but this is a size that is a bit mind-boggling.
I think, he's fascinated. I think he's driving past the boundary and just seem keep looking back, just keep trying to, as he's driving, just keep trying to catch a glimpse of anything, but can't, because that's interesting. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I'm just going to keep going past the gates. It's kind of like muttering to Zenobia, no one should be able to do that. I can't even do that.
What? What are you talking about?
Don't you see that? These gestures. That? No, I can't do that. I mean, the smallest, I think the biggest I've done is maybe my workshop. Actually had someone hire me to do, they were having a wedding, so I had to do the whole wedding area. And he just keeps muttering and talking to her about just alchemy.
And Zenobia doesn't really understand alchemy or the mysteries, the higher mysteries. She's like, what? Seems very strange to me. Ooh. She's just like, it's weird. That's her take on it. And as you all sort of move up, there's this really wonderful roundabout where you sort of come in, you can sort of step out of this estate, and then your carriage will be sort of moved off, right, to some carriage houses. They've got a fairly extensive carriage house because they regularly have many, many guests. And when you come out, there is a very, very sort of tall and thin man, sort of a slightly grayish complexion in the suit of a butler.
Too tall?
On the edge of too tall, just under it.
Okay.
And he's puts his hand out to help you all out of the carriage.
Is he new? Because I've been here a few times for dinner with my family.
He is not new. You have seen him before.
Okay.
He has been here before. He is he's been here a long time. You have seen him age, so he at least ages naturally. Lynch is his last name. And he is the top help, right? The top of the staff here. He's been here a long time. He almost never smiles.
Okay. I'm sorry you named this campaign Mysteries, so I'm going to ask you all sorts of questions.
Please.
What is the vibe I get from him other than that he never smiles? Do I feel like I feel safe-ish around him, or that I can trust him, or that I don't know how to ask this without spoiling. Is he very much like the other people that I know? Or is he different?
Focus intuition.
Okay.
And this sort of tall, thin man sort of helps each one of you out of the carriage in turn. Oh, that's very good. That's much better than his social defense.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you two things about him.
Okay.
One, you have seen him before. You've been to this estate before years and years and years ago. You were probably much younger then, and with your parents.
Yeah, I think it was actually 16th. Isn't that like a debutante party or something like that? They held it, which was a big deal at the time.
Because and of course. And
I'm 27 now, so I'm basically dead.
You're basically dead, not married.
Okay,
yet, but
I'm 150. Jeez.
Yeah, I know, but you're a man. It's
you're
fine
a man,
if you
it's
don't
okay.
marry.
You don't have to get married right away if you're a man. If you're a woman and you're 27, come on now. He's always been a bit standoffish.
Okay.
But not just to you, to everyone.
Okay.
Sort of like his sort of
That's
sense
a
of...
good way to ask that. Like, does he treat me the same as everyone
Yes.
else? Or, okay, interesting.
He does.
Okay.
However, you drew very, very well, so I have to tell you this.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. How do I phrase this that won't distress you?
That won't or will?
I don't think I can phrase this in a way that won't distress you. So professional, right? Sort of reserved, very much a kind of a sense of that, you know.
Is he a hitman?
No.
Sorry. Okay.
That they get the sense that you have to like sort of treat, you know, the guests with respect and sort of stern, right? It's sort of been around a long time. Hey, so you know how it is when you have like I don't know, like a fruit or a flower or something that is alive.
Oh, you're killing me.
And you know how things that are living have like a sense to them, like they have color.
Oh my God, he's undead. Okay.
No, but let's say that you could imagine that if somebody is slowly draining the life force from him, that you get a bit of a pallor or
Okay. Follow-up question.
Yeah.
You said he's been aging and he ages naturally, it seems like, over the course that I've known him.
Yes.
How about recently? Does he look older than he maybe should?
He does. He looks a little older than he maybe should. There's a little bit less color in his skin than he would have had before, and his eyes sparkle a little less.
Oh no. Okay. Oh wow.
He doesn't seem dead. He just seems, you know, like you just put a filter over him.
Yeah.
That just.
I have no idea what that's like.
I'm sure never. And it's like he's just like, you know, like we've got a grape and it becomes a raisin, but it's not a raisin yet. It's just a little less vitality.
Okay.
A little less vitality.
That is alarming. You're right. Okay.
I'm sorry, I couldn't put it in a way that wouldn't make you feel uncomfortable because it looks like somebody's just sucking the vital juices out of his body in some kind of a way.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah.
And this part is recent.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he did not look this way the last time I was here.
He's losing collagen.
Got it.
You know, he just probably needs Botox. Is probably
All right.
it's probably just that's it.
You know, they also say diet and exercise could help, but okay. Yeah, sure.
I'm sure. And he just sort of nods to Kalechi. He's like,
Just make sure no one touches the bike. You don't want someone dying in the party. And you just casually walk straight past.
And he looks to Nell. Madame.
Monsieur.
May I have your bags taken?
Bags. Oh, yes.
Oh, I can take my bags. It's just a small bag. I can do it.
Lady Pinkerton, your bags.
Yes, they're in the boot. That thing.
He snaps.
I'm sorry, should
And some footmen come out to sort of pick up the bags.
They are, by the way, not full, but they are the biggest, most outrageous, inconsiderate bags. And there are a lot of them. But again, they're maybe like filled with 2 or 3 things. I just want to inconvenience the household as much as possible.
Oh, yes. Mr. Ward, bags.
I just have the single luggage.
Oh, you two are no fun.
And he looks at you for a moment. And he says, I'm sorry. I thought I already took your bags in earlier today.
Me?
Yes?
No, I just arrived here now.
Otto, did you come to the party and then realize that you wanted to come with us and then came back to the pub to get us? And what?
No, I mean, okay, so I understand not all of us look the same, sir. It probably could have been somebody of my...
Oh, how rude.
It happens from time to time with these, I understand. I think you are just quite mistaken, sir. I am, of course, this is just arriving the first time. It could have been a gentleman of my stature that is of similar looking, perhaps?
Forgive me, sir. No. Was it... I did make up your room already.
I can assure you, sir, that I have not been to this estate yet before
Mr. Lurch, are you certain you saw Otto?
I must have been mistaken. Perhaps it was your sister.
Excuse me?
Perhaps that may have been your sister who arrived earlier?
I am an only child, excuse me, sir.
Forgive me if I've offended. I must have misseen.
I barge into this interaction. Excuse me, could you tell me, which room are we staying in? Yes, you can help. Yes,
Yes.
Which room are we staying in?
I will take you. I will have someone escort you to your rooms.
Could you take us right now?
Yes, I'm very sorry.
Oh, thank you. Have you heard my theories about how the clockwork doesn't exist?
I thought we weren't going to talk about that.
My memory is somewhat off of late. I am sorry.
That must be the clockwork.
Clutchy pokes his head out. I actually have some calculations about that if you want to see. Okay.
Enjoy speaking with the professor then, Dr. Ibarra, I think.
Dr. Ibarra? Ooh, that sounds fun.
Just Kalechi's fine, but
Also, I don't mean to bother you, but the beverages? Wine and
Yes.
cheese, maybe?
Yes. Follow me this way. And he walks you into this estate. It is... You walk into a foyer that has got polished floors, and it's woods, exotic woods all patterned on the floor, highly polished. There's a massive, massive central staircase that opens up. The entire center of this estate is like open, and there's this beautiful, very, very expensive and somewhat newly done a skylight in the center of this space with beautiful stained glass. This was not here when you had been here before. Like, you had been here before, and Kalechi, you know, there's just been massive amounts of construction in this area in the last 2 years, clearly.
I have a very strange question for you, and I might not know the answer. Would you be able to see the moon from this window?
The big skylight?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Interesting.
I could
There
have done
has
better,
the last
but
time you were
I
here was
guess-
like quite some time ago, and clearly a lot has happened. And Kalechi, for you, most of this is stuff that you know. A lot of it is stuff that you know. At least you've seen a lot of plans for it. But some of the, like, for example, you didn't do the skylight. The skylight itself is you set up things up, but you didn't install these windows, which sort of stained glass. It's got like a stained glass rim of very complicated colors and patterns, and the center is just completely clear. It's beautiful, looks very expensive, very intricate. A lot of the stained glass itself has got sort of lines and angles to it. There has been a lot of patterning, a lot of, let's just say, how would we call it? Ornamental. A lot of ornamental changes as well. I mean, structural changes. The estate itself has got some new wings. It has got interesting sort of hallways that lead out to sort of outer wings. The whole thing has been, there's been a lot of additions in multiple ways, leading right, making the house itself quite large. And you might swear that it has been shifted a little bit in its angle against the ground. Just maybe perhaps a couple of degrees shifting. Which, that might not be true. But it just feels, the angles feel a little bit different. But there has been a lot of work done. There are beautiful sconces, sort of silver sconces with like torches all around the walls, and it is gorgeous. And to your left, there's a large drawing room, and in this drawing room, you see a number of people. You do not see Mr. and Mrs. Lord and Lady Bainbridge. Pardon me, I do not mean to be rude, but you see a number of people all in this drawing room. All of them look to you to be pure-blooded human, and they all look to be very wealthy. And they're all sort of drinking. There's port and sherry. There are some small sort of bits of food on plates. And they're all sort of sitting, and people are coming and taking your bags away. And Lurch just looks a little bit disturbed at Otto, as if he must have forgotten something. He seems distressed by...
Could you please direct me to the restroom by any chance, please?
Oh, yes, of course. This way, please. And he sort of points you down this hallway. This is the restroom for guests on this floor, and to the right.
Please excuse me, friends. You could make your introductions. I need a moment to myself.
Of course. Kalechi, this is beautiful. The windows and everything. You've been hard at work.
Fine ballroom.
Wait, what?
Are we in the ballroom right now? Or
Yeah, this is like this big drawing room, and the windows seem to have been replaced for you. Like the windows are different, it seems to you.
I thought you did everything on the estate.
No. Actually, the Viscount made sure that I didn't see most of the plans for everything else. It was a little bit frustrating, but no, I was just on the ballroom, which I'm assuming would be the main event, as it should be. But
yeah, I don't see it here. It doesn't look like it's Oh, that's strange. Oh, sherry.
So do you have by any chance, since you built this place, like any information, maps, blueprints, any ideas of like where things are?
I think I burned the blueprints, if Samantha. I don't like to keep.
Oh,
my assistant.
Thank you.
Yeah, my assistant back in my workshop. I remember most of the ballroom's specifications. Are you interested? When we go down, I can show you everything that I worked on, like everything down to the angles for it to be perfectly submerged underwater, so that it doesn't collapse under the pressure of it all.
I'm sorry, underwater?
You didn't tell me.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah,
There's a secret tunnel.
Underwater?
A secret
under
tunnel.
the lake. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I told you this would be interesting.
I don't know how I feel about that. Underwater.
Don't worry, I built it. It's fine. It's honestly, it's probably safer than anywhere. Honestly, you're probably safer in the ballroom than you are right here, right now.
Are we not? What do you mean? Is it unsafe?
Are we not safe?
No, I'm just saying that everything I create is considerably safer. Like, if there was an earthquake at this very moment, which is possible with how the clockwork is acting up recently, the safest place in Surrey would probably be the ballroom. I made sure of that.
You built it for clockwork earthquakes?
For clockwork in general, really, that anything could happen at this point. I'm starting to, even my calculations aren't catching up with everything. Like with the blood well thing, I only predicted it'll be about 6 days, but it was 7. And if the differences keep changing, it might come to a point where I can't predict what's going on at all, which would be interesting.
Is the blood well like a squall in a storm? It's just like predictable,
I mean, if you know everything, if you know enough information, you can predict nearly anything.
When will I die?
I'm not actually that great with living things. I can tell you exactly when that carriage will break down if it's not maintained soon. Probably about a week or 2. I'd say maybe 15 days.
What?
So you probably should get that.
Kalechi,
Yes?
how about these?
Oh, nice eyes.
I knew there was something about you.
And the eyes describe them.
Well, I don't really know. They said that they were supposed to be from a bird or a cat, but I haven't seen any birds or cats with eyes so dark. Something like that.
I mean, well, like I said, I'm not great with living things, but They? You just mentioned they. Who's they?
Well, they're my eyes. For now.
Yes, but you said they
Yeah,
said that
you
like
said they
bird
said that they
eyes.
were supposed to be bird, or who's they?
The clockwork.
You don't what?
There are little stitches around the eyes if you look very closely. Little stitches.
Scandalous.
And you might notice that the drawing room of people have turned to see who the new members of the party are. And if you remember the inn, that tavern, the pub, they all saw you and they saw your fanciness and they were very impressed. At this moment, you see a smattering of people who all look at you, your ears.
Now,
The
this is my
bumps.
favorite part.
They all look at your clothing and they don't see clothing of wealth. They see clothing of someone who's probably not wealthy enough. And they look all at you with disdain.
Vivian!
And Vivian waves her fingers a little bit at you. Oh, Lady Tilly, I didn't know you were invited.
Of
and
course
there's like
I was.
this whole group of strange people walking in, and they are like, oh, well, apparently our hostess decided to change things up this year.
Are you all entering in the bike race? I just heard there was a bike race.
Bike races. Well. And Pinky, she's in the most fashionable Parisian fashion for the moment. And Pinky goes, I'm entering in the race. I think bicycling is quite kicky, she says.
Do you have a steam-powered bike as well? Do you want to share specifications? I have...
Steam is so dirty. I would never. No. Oof, my.
Wait, so you pedal your bikes on your own?
Yes. Oof.
That's so inefficient.
But steam is so pedestrian.
I mean, don't you want to get
Well,
rid
we'll
of the
see
whole...
who wins.
No,
Well, I
Wait, is it-
expect I will win. I've been practicing a whole couple of weeks.
I'll go ahead. Otto will come back a little. look like-
No. Oh no.
No.
No. Otto. No.
you're getting a scene. You're not
Otto
safe.
no. Otto no.
Okay, no.
No. You go to the bathroom, do you not?
Oh yes, I did, but I was just going to wash my face. I've had...
No. You step inside the bathroom. There's a water closet. It's like and there's a nice basin with water that's still a little bit warm, and a beautiful round mirror that is in front of you. And
I'm just gonna go ahead and look around really quick. Nobody else is in the bathroom with me or the Louvre, and just shaking a little bit, just a little uneasy, turning on the water. Look at the
then you
corner
see
of the
her
mirror.
in the mirror.
I see her.
You see her in the mirror.
Turn around. Nothing.
She's not behind you. She's screaming, but you can't hear her. And she's touching the mirror.
I'll touch the mirror too. Just hold. I can't understand what you're trying to say. It's just. They said it's.
And she starts banging on the mirror. And
I'm sorry they took you.
and she looks to the side as if there's something coming. And she starts scratching the mirror in panic. And she's trying to tell you something important, but you can't hear her from the other side of the mirror. What does she look like?
My exact facial features, except female.
And she looks just like you. Completely. And I know she died. This is a ghost. You know it's a ghost. She ages with you, though. And
I
she's the
can't
same
save
age.
you. I can't save you. I couldn't save you. I'm sorry. I can't understand you, please.
And she points at you. And then she points a direction. Maybe the direction you came? Maybe. But she's pointing as if there's something important. And she gestures to her neck. And she looks around. Can I get a focus?
Ooh, focus and
Focus, perhaps. I feel like you can give me a couple different options here. You can give me survival, or you can give me
intuition. Could
intuition. Either one. We'll
work?
get you different things. Different
Okay,
things.
I'll do intuition for this one. Okay. I'll do. And
looking at a-
oof. All right. I am I have a 2 in intuition, 2 in focus, but
4.
I am disheveled because this is
Okay.
disheveled. I don't
Yeah. Yes. This is, you are looking at her, and she seems incorporeal, you know, like the ghost. She's a ghost. You can sort of see through her. She's sort of fading in and out. And you see one thing. You cannot get a read on her. That intuition would have maybe told you a bit more about her feelings or her emotions or her thoughts. And you can't read her, probably because she's dead.
we've lost. I know. I told you I'll make them pay. I'll make them pay. I know.
It's just
I'll
panic
make them pay.
until you see it. There's it's all blackness behind her. And there's a very slight sense of movement in the corner of the mirror, as if somewhere inside the mirror there's a slight movement. It's very, very slight. And she doesn't see it?
Is there a way for me to like, oh God, what a spirit talk. This is why I don't have a grimoire. I just try to I motion to the glass because I can't.
And she looks confused. She doesn't see what you're saying. And you see a hand. This hand is long. The fingers stretch out 8-9 inches. The finger is green. This hand, it's bony. There are 5 knuckles. It is large. And this hand
I'm banging on the glass right now. I'm banging on it.
snatches her and she's gone. And all that is there are scratch marks on the other side of the mirror.
I'm gonna reach for inside my pocket, take out and dab my face, of course, and then there's this little pocket, open it up, scoop. It's not there. 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 It's not. It's not there. Can't be there. It's not there. It's fine. I'll just wash my face one more time, take another breath, and put on that smile and walk back out to rejoin the others.
Outside, amongst the assembled, the professor has started talking to Kalechi. He's like, well, so I feel like we must discuss the ways in which the clockwork is clearly breaking down, and I feel as if the reason the clockwork is breaking down, well, is because we do not have enough order in the Empire. I feel as if when every country of the globe...
Yes, you know what? I'll just take the whole thing.
And he just sort of, that Lady Tilly, I've heard much about her drinking. Well, yes. So I feel like as if the great empire could take over every country in the world.
What's your name again?
Professor Keller.
Keller.
Yes. Don't you agree? If we could get the entire world to be smiled upon by the British monarchy and our sense of order, then clearly we would fix the problem with the clockwork. This is what we need.
That makes absolutely no sense. I started noticing these patterns long before the Empire even started really being a thing, and even then, it's only been getting worse as the Empire grew. So there's no really real correlation there. No, I can. So I probably predicted it. How old are you?
Well, I'm not much older than you, young man. I'm a good 53 years young.
So I'm at least 3 times older than you. I actually started predicting these things would start happening maybe 20 years before you were born. Actually, I think I have that notebook on me here, and he pulls out another notebook, like an older one. It's like really dog-eared and ragged, and like right here, and he like points to your date, like literally exactly, I think to the day, 70 years ago. Like I actually predicted quite a lot of these things, and it just doesn't seem like there's any correlation between the growth of the Empire and the breaking down of the clockwork.
Well, Professor, it seems like your ideas weren't as original as you thought.
Pish posh. And at this point in time, Nell, you feel a tugging at your sleeve.
I turn around.
And there's a small little girl. She seems to be about 8 years old. And she's dressed all in black. And she's got a little pin, a little green pin of like a little rose and a cat, like a little cat with a rose. And she tugs at you.
Hello? Hello? A small child, yes, hello?
Miss? You're supposed to come with me.
Where?
You're supposed to come with me.
Why?
And she just tugs at you. You're
All
wanted.
right. I'll be right back, everybody.
Are you all right? Do you want me to come with you?
I should be fine.
Okay. Have
Yeah.
fun.
Have fun. And I'll
she
follow.
Just like takes your pinky and starts leading you deeper into the house.
Okay.
As the professor's like, well, no, come now. We all know how the clockwork works. This is about order versus chaos. And what is more orderly than the British Empire? The British
Yeah,
Empire
but
is the
you're seeing the date right there. Are you calling him a liar
It doesn't make
to
any
his
sense
face?
because haven't you noticed it yourself? Even if let's not even take into the clear maths that I used to show this. Put that aside. Haven't you noticed that the clock has been breaking down further, but the Empire's only been growing?
Well, I don't know about that. We just have to try harder. I've studied history is what I've done as well.
Oh, it looks
I
like
studied
I
too.
missed some great discussions. Hello there, sir. I am...
Otto.
Oh,
Yes, Otto.
Welcome back,
Hello.
Otto.
I'm
Are you all
missing
right?
some exciting talks, am I sure?
We're talking about order. I've heard you're an industrialist. Certainly you understand that the British Empire is the best empire in the world, and if we can just expand our reach, we'll have, you know,
You have that other glass for me, thank you, Tilly. Thank you.
Yes, well, I'd like
yes,
a glass of
sure.
so yes. And he's like trying to
You
like
want to top up?
just
Yeah, sure.
Now, Nell, as you are
Yes.
being led deep into the house, this young girl with sort of old eyes, she sort of pulls you in. She takes you down a corridor, and then she takes you up a different staircase than the grand staircase. And then she takes you down another corridor. And then there's another staircase and up. And then she takes you down another corridor. Then she knocks on a door. And then she walks you down further. And then she stops. And she turns around 3 times. And then she takes your hand again. And then she moves you to the left. And then she takes you into a library. And then she takes you outside of the library again. And then she turns around 3 times, and then she takes your hand. And then she walks you down to one more floor. And then she says, "All right, you're ready."
Ready for what?
To meet the lady.
The lady.
The lady.
The lady? Could you remind me how to say her name again? Lady, I only read it. Lady Mejbel?
Lady Mejbel.
Lady Mejbel.
I hope you're ready. She asked for you specifically.
All right.
Oh, wait. And she pulls out a little rose, like a little baby rose. Just give this to her
All right.
and bow.
Okay.
You're ready, right?
I can't imagine being more ready.
Good. And she pulls a cord out of the ceiling, and a stairwell comes down, leading up into the attic. Go on.
Oh, fuck
To
no.
climb
Oh,
these stairs? I climb up the stairs.
You climb up the stairs into what is a grand, dark attic. It is the top of this estate. And I'm going to need from you, focus mysteries would be great. If you'd like to roll that one for me.
Oh, okay, hold on. Focus mysteries.
Draw it for me if you don't mind, yeah.
Draw.
Yeah, so your focus plus your mysteries if you have any, and then draw a card.
Okay, one moment.
As you enter into this place.
Oh.
Just, throw one in your green spot, as it were. Give it to us. Give it to us. Uh-huh. What is your focus plus mysteries?
It is 2. 2 focus, no mysteries.
So that's a 0. How about refinement? Might also get you something interesting.
Yeah, I have no refinement.
It's like you're a thief, perhaps. That's
Yes.
weird. Let me see what you got. Let me see what you got.
Okay, feel free.
Give me that next card of yours, and let's see how it goes.
My second card?
Yes, please. And remember, there's always doom and fate. It's always there.
Sure is.
Ooh, wow. Okay, everybody. Yeah. So we're going to have to do this 2 different ways.
All right.
We're going to have to do this 2 different ways, everybody. That's the doom card. Nice. When the Doom card happens, things happen. Big things happen. But let's do it like this. You walk up into this place, which you imagine would be an old attic, perhaps. But when you step inside this attic, it is beautiful. It is clearly renovated, perhaps, or rebuilt. It has got beautiful wallpaper. It has got no right angles anywhere in it. No place in this attic has a right angle at all. They're wider or more narrow, but there's a bed. You imagine there's a bed behind like a privacy screen, armoire. This is an entire beautiful bedroom. There is what would you call it? Bookshelves, sitting room. Like it's almost like you can imagine an entire apartment in this massive attic. And all around there are these beautiful silver sconces with torches. And there's plush carpet, huge sofas. This is the most luxurious attic space you've ever seen. And there's a smell of flowers in the air, some sort of perhaps like a potpourri. There are no mirrors that you can see. The wallpaper has beautiful designs in it, wonderful art, and sitting on a chair is the lady. You don't see her face yet because she's behind a veil. She's wearing a green lace dress, intricate lace, expensive lace, you imagine. And she's got the neck of her dress goes all the way up to here, and she's wearing a huge picture hat. You cannot see her face. And she says with a voice that seems familiar to you, "Do come in. Have a seat, Nightingale."
Thank you, milady.
And there's a chair across from her with a little table.
I walk up, sort of gathering myself and then walking confidently, and then I sit down.
As you sit, she raises her head up, and you see Tilly Pinkerton, your new friend. Or at least the spitting image of her. She looks exactly like Tilly Pinkerton. And she says, "Welcome, Nightingale. It is lovely to have you here."
Yes. Thank you for inviting. Why did you invite me?
I need your help.
Are you inquiring about my services?
Yes.
Oh. Well, in that case, why did you not just say, "All right, well, this is perfect"? In what way would you require my services?
I need you to steal something for me.
I like to use a little bit more casual language than that, but sure, I suppose no one's listening.
No one can hear you in here at all. No sound
right, well,
comes out of here.
Let's go. Well, that's lucky for you. All right. You want me to steal something?
Yes.
What would you like me to steal?
A necklace.
A necklace?
Yes.
I'm assuming it's of great value or importance.
Very much so. More than you could ever imagine, really. And I need it.
Okay. Well, I'll need some information. Where is it located currently?
It is on the estate somewhere.
You don't know where?
No, it's hidden from me. I
All
suspect
right.
my husband has it somewhere, hidden. It's mine, and I want it back.
You know that my services are usually used for very large professional, like going into sounds like kind of a family issue. I'm happy to do it, but I just want you to know I'm very expensive.
Do you have anything for me? A gift?
I pull out the rose and I hand it to her, and then I'm sitting, but I kind of curtsy, lean out of the chair and do a quick curtsy.
The
Awkwardly.
rose pricks your finger, and there's just a little bit of blood. She takes the rose. My husband has a necklace. He's keeping it from me, and I must have it before the race.
It is all right. It's on the estate.
Yes, somewhere.
Do you have any other clues for me for where it might be?
He's hiding it from me.
Is there anyone else looking for it? Do I need to worry about someone else searching?
No, but he will not give it up willingly.
Well, is he here?
He's here on the estate. And she gives a slightly sinister smile. There's a man. I invited him. Kalechi. Abara.
Yes, I know him.
Good. He may help you find this. He doesn't know where it is. But I feel like he might be able to see in the angles that are not seen. I also need you to give something to someone for me. A present, if I cannot see her myself. And hands you a small book, bound in leather of some sort.
And who is this for?
You will know her when you see her, if you have not seen her already. She's never met me.
You know, it's funny. I have a new friend who looks just like you.
She's the one.
Thought so.
You must keep her safe.
She gives
When
me
you-
a big job in that, I must be honest.
When you find the necklace, I will tell you what to do with it. And she leans in very closely to you. But it must be found before the race, before Midsummer's Eve. It is vital.
I am known for my speed and discreetness, so my discretion should be good.
There
do that.
is another that I've invited. It's important. This one we must also have. This one is a special guest.
Can you tell me who?
Are the door. The door. When I am allowed, I will be coming down to dinner. I am not yet allowed.
Not yet allowed.
No.
Lady, this is your party.
Yes.
Can you not do what you want?
No. I cannot. But then, neither can he.
All right. I will find the necklace.
Is a red heart. Ruby.
How big are we talking here?
As big as my hand.
And no one's seen it?
No. But you must find it, or else we may be undone. Before Midsummer's Eve, I need that pendant, and I need your friend to speak with me in private once it's happened, once you've found it.
All right. The friend that looks like you.
Yes. Keep the door safe. Kalechi is the key. The other's the door. You... Well, you, my friend, are the Joker.
That's a new one. You know, I do usually require 25% up front.
We shall see. Wait. What is that? Do you hear
What?
that?
No?
You should leave the attic now. Go.
All right.
Now.
All right. I stand up and I sort of start to back away while not losing sight of her.
And she looks to corners. Something's wrong.
Is there nothing I can do?
No. It's time, I think. There's a breach. You must go. Here's not safe for you. For you, at least.
All right. All right. And then I guess I leave.
As you walk downstairs, you start to feel a rumbling. It's just a small shudder. Kalechi, you notice something strange about the wallpaper. It's new. It wasn't here before. And you think to yourself, are those alchemical symbols in the wallpaper?
I think
Not
he was
exactly.
talking to Professor Kelly and then just immediately noticed and just walks away from the conversation.
No,
Where
That
are
was
you?
the
What?
wallpaper.
it's no. What?
I get. Maybe he found you little dents.
I don't know about that. Tilly, you have a feeling.
Oh, is it heartburn? I have had
It
a lot to
is.
drink. Okay.
It is. Your heart is racing in your
that's
chest.
Sooner than normal. I mean, I haven't had that much to drink. Otto, have I?
But
Already had a lot?
you hear 2 heartbeats in your chest.
Otto, I think,
Otto, you're muted.
Otto?
Do you need a... You don't look well. Let me go ahead. Excuse me, Professor. Let me...
Do you hear that?
Let you...
Do you hear that? Come here. And I just reach out for his head and I try to put it on my...
Well, okay, yes.
You hear...
Do you hear? Are there two of them? Did you hear that? Are there two?
Otto, you don't hear heartbeats at all. Instead, you hear whispers. And the whispers say, "Come back. Come back to the bathroom. Please. Please.
Is that it? Yeah, that's the beat. That's the beat.
I think I should escort you to the... You look a little pale. Let's go to the bathroom. I feel like we need to take ourselves out of this situation.
I have to pee anyway. That's a great... I mean, excuse me. I have to use the ladies' room. Okay, all right. That's... Is it that way?
Yeah, here, let me guide you over there myself. And,
Are you all right?
I mean, would you...
They're perky, huh?
I mean, yes, very well ample there. But yes, I am just here. Would you like a little bit of snuff? Just a little bit of.
As you head towards the lavatory, the snuff is offered. You feel this double heartbeat. You start feeling flushed, Tilly. You're hot. A little strange. Kalechi, the symbols on the wallpaper seem to turn. They seem to move a little bit. You're not quite certain why. Nell, there are leaves at your feet as you're walking out, and the little girl is waiting at the bottom of the stairs, and she reaches out her hand. She says, "I'll take you back. It's hard to get back if you don't know the way."
All right. And I hold her hand.
And Otto and Tilly, when you step inside the lavatory...
Oh, we're separate. Unless... we're not.
There's one, it's one lavatory.
Oh, okay. I thought it was...
There's not multiple latrines, there's just one.
Oh, okay.
Are you touching each other?
Oh, yeah, I can't walk straight. I mean, I hope so. Otto, are you?
I'm right now. My hand is very clammy on yours for random reasons, and just do you hear any voices? No.
Drew the card that is going to tell us the result of that doom. By the way,
Oof.
Who opens the door to the lavatory of you two?
I think I am dragging, as we get farther away, I'm dragging people, be more frantic to get in, and I will open the door.
That's interesting. Your hand goes through the knob.
Do I see that?
You do.
Holy... wow, this wine is great!
And there's liquid, like water, coming underneath the jamb of the lavatory door. And you hear...
oh, no.
Wind?
Something's wrong. Hello? Is anybody in there?
Oh, no.
Very far away. Very far away.
Otto, open the door.
I will. Can I just courage up and then ram the door?
You do. Inside is the lavatory you remember, but it is covered in snow. It is cold. And there is a woman who looks just like Otto on the other end of the mirror. And she bangs, and she bangs, and she bangs, and she bangs, and she tries to reach through the mirror. She tries. She puts her hand up.
I am immediately going up and just, it's just, I have you, and I will.
And your fingers go through the mirror.
I'm not stopping. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm full force in there, going.
And
I
Otto's
run
gone.
after Otto. What do you do, Otto?
And in front of you is a woman who looks just like Otto.
Ish.
Same age, same complexion.
What is her expression? Does she look
Well,
devious? Like she just snatched my friend?
and Otto is on the other end of the mirror, and a hand comes and snatches Otto away.
Otto!
And the woman in front of you, well, we'll have to find out what she says when our guest next week, Luxy Games, shows up.
Holy shit!
Oh my god!
Everyone, that's the end of our episode. I would like to,
Trooper, that was so good!
Oh my god!
God damn it.
yeah, we're gonna have it. We're sadly, Bonsai will not be here next week, but that's okay because Bonsai is in another place, or at least Otto is, and someone else who will be played by Luxy is here instead.
Oh my god!
That was
I love
so good. That was so
What
good.
the fuck?
Trooper, I didn't mean to draw a Doom card.
But you did draw a Doom card. But you did, and
Oh wow.
yeah, there's it begins to snow inside the house.
What?
Wow.
Actually, Kalechi has
Wow.
calculations about this. I'm just
Kalechi, I will tell you this. Would you like to know something about the snow inside the house? Which is kind of like, oh, that's...
yes, I'm curious.
So, in the world, there are stable areas. And then there are compromised areas. And then there are breaches. Breaches are bad. Breaches are not good. They're
This is a
very, very
breach.
bad. How intense Pontus events are depend on how corrupted the space is, how compromised the space is. Snowing indoors is not a thing that happens in a stable area. This is not a breach.
Interesting.
But this is a compromised area. Something about this
no.
area is compromised. For this to happen, well, something is wrong with this place. And it was not this wrong when you were working on this 2 years ago.
Yeah. Okay.
Something is wrong with this place. It's a compromised place for it to start snowing indoors. And well, we just lost a party member. But Nell, you are brought through a labyrinth set of turns back down as it begins to snow upon you. And we will find out what you all do and how you all respond next week, everyone. Next week. It's
God,
fine.
that was so good.
It's fine. You're here for a bicycle race, right? It's cool.
Yeah. Nothing.
Yeah.
What's the worst that could happen?
Right.
fine.
No.
Well, yeah, it's bicycle.
I also love how in our session 0 we were like, oh, all these cool normal ways in which we're all connected to each other and blah blah blah, and then it's like, holy crap, people in ears and whispering and double heartbeats, and who was that woman upstairs that looks like Tilly and had the hat? Oh, it was so good.
Look, I'm just saying that the players just gave me presents. They're like, what if? I was like, yeah, yeah. Very convenient for me because I had some plans. I was like, oh yeah, I feel like this and this. And I was like, oh, why are you giving me so many presents, players? Why are you giving me all the presents? I appreciate all of the presents.
Tomorrow's Saturday,
I feel
right?
like tomorrow's Saturday, and then the next day's Saturday, and also you're the one giving us presents. Just want to be
Yes.
very clear about that.
Very
Yeah.
clear, very clear. Holy.
There are 100 cards, and out of 100 cards, there is one Doom card and one Fate card.
What?
And you,
Oh, no way.
Oh my god.
No way.
the Doom card when you were talking to the lady in the attic.
Haunted.
Haunted game.
I can't.
Holy crap.
I like that. I like that.
Why don't we have everybody give us our outros, tell us who you are, where we can find you next, and if you would, give a star to someone else on the cast. Give some love to somebody else here, if you would.
Oh.
Ooh.
I want to start with the woman with a book and with a job, which is to steal a pendant that the Viscount Bainbridge is hiding somewhere on the estate. That would be Muggles!
Hello.
And to protect me.
And protect
my
you.
heart was racing when she said that.
Yeah. You need to be protected. Kalechi will help you, has
Why?
the knowledge, and you need to keep the door safe as well. But I don't know, the door might not be here right now, so I can't really.
Does the
can't
door
really say.
move? Sorry, I'm just going to continually try to pry you for information. Just
The door is
sorry.
Otto.
Mercs, please
The door is Otto.
take it away.
The door is gone.
The door is Otto. Otto's the door.
I would like to give my star to Drac because Drac is lovely and wonderful, and I love Kalechi. I feel like I have a really good sense of Kalechi and the like calculations. Yeah.
So good. I have some science if you want to look at that. Just
Yeah.
someone look at my life's work. That
Yeah,
is older
exactly.
than any of you in this room.
And also we're going to anyway, it's just super great. I'm super stoked about your character Drac, and you did a wonderful job, so star to you. I am
You're gonna need that science coming up, I'm afraid, for no reason. for no reason. It's
Interesting.
fine.
Interesting.
do I shout out myself? Is that what's happening?
Who are
Hi,
you?
I'm Murgles.
What do you do?
I am an animator and a storyboard artist and a filmmaker, and I am making a film on my channel live on stream. It's an animated film from scratch. So if you're interested in how traditionally hand-drawn animated films get made, you can come check me out. I do that Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays on Twitch. So
And how cool is that?
Thank you so much.
How cool is that?
Thanks.
Right?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Bonsai,
Hello.
I know you won't be here next week because you have been sucked into some other place.
Yes, I've been sucked into some other place that's not going to have any internet.
That is
for
correct.
a couple of days.
But that's
Yeah.
okay because this strange doppelganger is here, and I'm sure
Yeah,
it's fine.
Very strange. You'll be fine. There's no
Only
problem.
mildly terrifying.
No,
Who
no.
are you? What are you up to? And then give some love to someone.
Oh, can I give love first and then say?
Yes, of course.
Because I would love to give love to PB because I can see the chaotic awesomeness that this character has, and also the Brutus little puppy. I love it.
I
So
didn't
love
have
all
a
of
dog until Trooper said sometimes dogs come back with 3 heads,
true.
and I went, well, now I have a dog with 2 tails.
Now
That's awesome.
Now you have a dog with 2 days. I like that improv. Gotta love it. But yeah.
Brutus is around. Brutus might cause trouble. Be a little bit nervous about things.
I love him.
I love it.
Brutus is like,
What's up? You might
big
have a
floppy
big,
ears that he
big dog.
sometimes
Maybe he
trips
gets
over.
bigger, so he like sheds even more everywhere. She's like a 200-pound dog.
I would love
hanging
that
out.
so much.
don't
yes,
give me presents. Go on. you may not want a 200-pound Brutus, but go on.
I am Bonsai Baby. I do a lot of woodworking here on Twitch, so if that interests you, mostly
And
just
it
me
should.
screaming and screaming and making loud banging noises because it is a workshop. I know it's surprising people, like, oh, it's so loud. It's a workshop, friends. But yeah, you could just find me hanging here around at Twitch and just being goofy, all that stuff.
And awesome. Oh, my door. Speaking of doors, let's think about people who craft things. Drac. Who are you? What are you up to? And then give some love.
I'm gonna give love first, and I have to say, I'm just in love with Tilly. I just love everything about Tilly so much, and also I just found I didn't see it coming. I nearly cracked up. I tried to keep a straight face, but when you were like, they're perky, right? I was just gonna.
I'm so sorry.
She's scandalous. She's scandalous, is what she is.
Oh, that was good. But yes, I'm Drac or Draconics. You can find me on Twitter at Draconics. That's DRAKONIQUES. I stream all over the place. I'm the co-founder and event organizer of Friends Roll Dice, which is a TWT Twitch channel I help run. Every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, I'm over on the D&D Twitch channel in the Candlekeep Mysteries campaign. On Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern, I'm over on Rule of Law in a cyber system campaign called Infinite Horizon. It's a ton of fun. I play like a time-traveling alien lizard. It's great.
What?
Really good.
What's that?
Yeah, it's really fun. It's like a superhero sci-fi mashup. I came back from the future to warn everybody. And here every Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern, I'm playing Midsummer Mysteries, which I'm very excited about.
Mysteries. Which leaves us last but definitely not least, someone who needs to be kept safe for no particular reason that we need to worry about at all.
Is she going to cut my heart out, or is someone else going to cut my heart out? I'm just terrified
Really
right
good
now.
question.
Okay. What? Okay.
No one knows. Really, nobody knows. It's fine. I wouldn't even worry about it. Like, it's not like you have a time limit. It's cool. Don't worry about it. PB.
Worry about it.
Yeah. I love whack. So, who are you? What are you up to? Give some love.
I'm having a heart attack. No.
Because you have two hearts now, apparently.
I do, and I don't need one.
Great.
It's fine. I'm Pumpkinberry. You can find me at Twitch and Twitter at Pumpkinberry. I'm playing through Bloodborne on my channel right now, but I'm also a GM over here on Table Story, and I have a cool show starting in about a month. So yeah,
How cool is it?
Yeah. What?
How cool is it?
It's metal as fuck.
Can you say what the name is?
It's ungodly. Both the name and the game.
Okay, I was going to say, is it an ungodly game or the title ungodly? Both is great, but
The title is Ungodly. And that's 6 episodes starting June 6th, so we could say 666.
Oh.
And that's it. And I would like to give love to Bonsai for that mirror scene. What the hell?
Oh my gosh.
oh my god.
Yeah.
What the hell? Because we didn't know that about you during our session 0 either. And you just brought it, and it was it just changed the tone of the episode and made it really kind of horrific, and it was wonderful. And also now you're missing, and what does that mean? And
Yeah.
I think that whole thing just sobered me right the hell up, which is a challenge.
Because Tilly drinks a lot.
A lot, so much, and she had half a pitcher, dude.
I mean, was it really even something you seen? Was it really something?
I mean, there's booze, and then there's that, and I've been drunk a lot, and I've never seen anything like that.
Ooh, and we will learn more about that next week. And I am so excited for this group of 4 people, none of whom are pureblood humans, who are all invited to this party for reasons. To see how they deal with
Mysteries?
mysteries, Midsummer Mysteries. Hey, who knows? Maybe next week we get to meet the Viscount Bainbridge, who is everybody's favorite person.
We love him.
Yeah. So good.
Yeah. Not a stalker at all. Not creepy. He's great.
I thought he's been missing for 6 months. It's really honestly the only reason why I came. Okay.
When I say missing, I mean he's not left the estate for 6 months. No one's seen him.
But yeah, okay, but I.
That means he's here.
Also, Trooper, thank you. This was amazing. Also, Whack,
This was incredible.
your production was insane.
Whack,
Thank you, Whack.
Good.
Oh my God.
In the Sky, thank you for all your production. I'm Trooper SJP. I have had the pleasure of GMing these folks. I'm so excited. And what is today? You can find me at
Saturday.
It's today's Saturday. You can find me in a half hour over at Weave the Tale, where I'll be GMing Tachyon Squadron, which is sort of starfighter, Buck Rogers, space fighter pilots, pew pew.
Back to back GMing, you monster.
Back to back GMing. Way less horror. Far more good, clean, pulpy fun. And tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern over at Roll For It, you can find me in Last Ditch, which is a 40K. But Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern on my channel, Trooper SJP, you can find me for the penultimate episode of City of Light and Shadow, which is
so good.
French Resistance campaign. And PB, I need to ask you about a letter.
Oh, yes, please do that. I've
ask
been
you about
on
a letter.
that show as a guest. It's great. You should watch it.
And I want to know if you have a letter to write to Regina as
Oh my
Doris.
God, can it be steamy?
Yeah. I would like a letter. That's all. That's all.
Okay.
That's it.
Easy letter.
All right, you audience members, I want to thank you all for being here. You all have been lovely. Thank you for all of your support in the chat. Thank you for being here. Tell your friends about Midsummer Mysteries. Come back next Saturday to find out, who this person is who looks just like Otto. What she's doing, what's happening, where Otto is, what's up with the lady in the attic. That's not creepy. And
At all. It's fine.
No.
Also, what was with the whole I can't come down for dinner yet? What?
Yeah,
I'm gonna be thinking about this all week.
Yeah, and I hope you like, Merkles, hope you like that little gal who leads you around through weird spaces and
My little gal, my little pal. Yeah.
Perfectly delightful.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself. Do we have any
splendid.
outro things we need to do before we go?
No, that's it.
That's
See you
it?
all. Yeah.
Okay, everybody, enjoy your Steam Tech. If it starts snowing outdoors in the middle of June,
Run.
It's probably nothing.
It's probably nothing. It's fine. I wouldn't worry about it.
Fine.
I wouldn't worry about it at all.
Just deny the clockwork, and Colette will probably come out to explain it to you.
It's got calculations.
That's how you conjure Kalechi.
And if I'm going to just say as a spoiler, each one of our characters has got a couple of secrets up their sleeves that I know will be revealed.
Ooh.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.